Yes, people, big up to all of you. I do hope you're all doing well. I appreciate you all finding the time to join another Blue Morning show. This morning, specifically, another Chelsea transfer watch. And today we'll talk about the unknown attacking target. You can say we'll try to put head together to figure out who is that really, and why are Chelsea trying the best they can to keep everything under the wraps. And it looks like that will be the case. We'll talk about Ryan Cherky. That is, if anything new emerges, we'll talk about Romelu Lukaku to Roma getting closer and closer and closer. We'll talk about Bradley Barcola, why we still have a chance, and Callum Hudson Odoi, if anything emerges with regards to his proposed move or imminent move to Nottingham Forest, and some other news. Mohamed Kudus, whether we were really interested in signing him, which I don't think we are. But beyond that, I appreciate you all finding the time to join. So sit back, relax, and let's get into the show. Yes, people, welcome back to Chelsea Perspective. I do hope you're all doing well. I appreciate you all in a bit. Just give me 1 second. I'll say hello to everybody, and then we'll get into talking about what we have lined up immediately. We don't have too much time to waste today. Just give me a second. Yep, just 1 second. There you go. Okay, let's get back to talking about what saying hello to people, and then we get into addressing the items we have lined up here. Let's see. Quite a lot from that, my friend, right there. But first, I have Michi Boy, Chelsea Michi Boy, in the chat there. Big up, Coach. We got to you. I am out today with wife, but we'll listen. Have a good show. Big up chat and panel. Big up to you too, brother. I appreciate you. And yeah, happy wife, happy life. So better pay attention to the wife. But more importantly, if you're watching, if you haven't, take a second to go drop a like, to go check out Mitchie Boy's YouTube channel and subscribe. Let him know I sent you. All you have to do is just to click the 3 dots to his name. Then you will see an option that says go to channel. Hi to you too. I hope you're doing well in the transfer. Before it closes, we are now in the final week. Yep, that's the truth. Chelsea have cooled interest in Brendan Johnson, Bobby Vincent. There was never a time where I looked at the reports linking us with a move for Brendan Johnson and say, yeah, we're serious. We were never serious. And I don't even think if we actually considered him. West Ham have now confirmed Mohamed Kudus. Yep, as I said, I don't think we were serious about signing him. Even Everton have now signed Beto from Udinese, a team from Italy. I know Udinese quite well for £25.7 million. Good for them. Chelsea made the last move for Kudus, but he was already set on West Ham United. I don't believe that. And that source there, as you can say, exclusive West Ham United, it may well be absolute nonsense because we were never that serious about signing Kudus. If we were, chances are he'd be a Chelsea player right now. I think it's just people making up nonsense, knowing that people will say take it and run with it. I don't think we were ever serious about signing Kudus. And the late move, I think it's absolute nonsense. We made the move earlier when it was just us and Arsenal. Rare Society have signed Arsenal player Kieran Tierney after being ruled out on for Celtic. With the Celtic return, Mo Salah, yep, he could be joining the Saudi Arabia side, and the rumors are that he's asked them to sanction the move. He wants to move. Former closing in on an agreement to sign Timothy from Leicester. Okay, let's keep it Chelsea news here, and it says Albanian manager Lee Johnson has now been sacked. I wish you would join us on the other channel so that we can start doing general shows there, so that you bring us all this news from other football clubs, but here it should be strictly Chelsea. But I understand Chelsea and Roma are still working on financial details of a loan deal for Romelu Lukaku moving to Roma. Then Chelsea have confirmed the signing of Petrovic. And yeah, thank you so much for that update. I appreciate you, brother. Up the Blues says, what's the name there? Can I see it? Is it come on Chelsea 97? James, I appreciate you. You're joining us from Twitch. If you don't mind joining us on YouTube and subscribing to the channel, that will go a long way. Rain, I appreciate you, Rain. Thank you so much. I haven't seen you in a while. I do hope you're doing well. The surprise player is Barcola. If it is Barcola, then it's no secret. It's something we've known for a while. We've known we're interested in signing him. The difference has always been that his preference will be to join Paris Saint-Germain. So it's no secret. If in fact he's maybe they're just doing that to confuse us. Or maybe to deflect. Leon won't sell either of Barcola or Turkey. You have to pay up. If you pay up, I think they would sell. It's as simple as that. And if the player wants to leave, Ezekiel Edache says, good morning to you too, Mr. Ezekiel Santiago Muno. Much love to you. I appreciate you finding the time to join. And Vic says, talking to Patrick there. And Siobhan says, and I don't rate Barcola. I rate him a lot, but you have every right to see the player the way you're seeing him right now, in my opinion. But for me, I think, he's a fine player. Let's see what else we have. Keep dropping the likes on the stream. And just quickly, I want to appeal to those of you that are watching, but for one reason or the other, not able to participate in the chat. Just know that we value you. You watching alone does provide a great value to the community, and we appreciate that. But we want to ask you for one more favor, one more tiny bitty favor. We'll ask you to please take a second, drop a like on the stream. The likes do go a long way, and also do subscribe to the channel if you haven't. We sincerely do appreciate you. And Roger, if you're watching, sorry I haven't reached out to know how you're doing. I hope everything is okay with you because we haven't seen you in a few days. But stay strong. And Glenn, we hope you're recovering. Bobby, the same to you. Liam Lane, the same to you. We hope you're recovering. Just know you're loved here. And I says Mason Holgate has now left Everton and has moved to Southampton. Thank you for that update. And Rain says Sancho or Smith Rowe are coming. I'd prefer Smith Rowe. Do you think those are, you can say, the unknown attacking targets? And finally, Ryan Fraser has now joined Southampton after departing Newcastle United. Good luck to him there. Ezekiel Edache, what is good news? You have to be specific there. Surprised that with Arsenal sold Tierney. They nearly. I wish they sold the Ghanaian international. I wish they sold them. That would have been a huge mistake for them, honestly. Let's see what else we have here. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. Big up to you, brother Musiala. JC, I appreciate you finding the time joining. You think we can pull off signing, bringing back Musiala to Chelsea? I think we have to pay premium. And you of all people, I do know, you know that too. It's not possible. Musiala coming to Chelsea isn't happening. That's just how I see it. But I appreciate you joining, brother. Big up, big up. More importantly, I hope you're doing well. And Rain says here, I don't know why Arteta doesn't rate Smith Rowe, but he could score goals on like Havertz. Probably if he stays, will do well better, but he's gone now. He'd do better than Kai Havertz for them. Musiala was the one stolen by Bayern. Yes, then I don't know if you were mentioning him as one of the you can say unknown attacking targets. I don't think that's the case. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. Maybe if it is, let's see. Great morning to you too. I appreciate you joining Africans. Is that you that changed your name? Hannibal Africanus. Wow, some name right there. Oladipo. No, that's not Oladipo. That's Adebayo Makunju. Who's going to replace Lukaku? I don't think we're looking for a replacement for Lukaku. We don't need that sort of profile of a striker, in my opinion. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. Ezekiel Smith Rowe. Okay, let's see. Dache. Keep dropping the likes on the stream. I can confirm the post of this season's draw. Man City, Sevilla, Barcelona, Bayern, Feyenoord, Napoli, Benfica. Okay, let's keep it Chelsea, please. That will go a long way. And Deborah Mackin just says, it's better be again. It better be an unknown attacker because having watched the Barcola and Turkey, they are presently no better than what we already have. So much unnecessary hype. Some people like him. For me, I think I like Turkey really. But I have that just that's just you. Bayern to win the UEFA Champions League. Let's see if that happens. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes that do go along. I appreciate you all. I'm not gonna read about the part now because it's not part of it and it's gonna slow me down. Maybe I'll schedule a show, a live, a watch along for the draw in the other channel. Okay, Rasmeet and all that. Let's see. Giovanni Jafta says, I don't think Chelsea will sell Cucurella this season. Otherwise, Hall wouldn't have been loaned out. But we still have Matson. Maybe the manager will start playing him there. Okay, I keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes to go a long way. We have Ian Matson, yeah, and I think the manager likes him. But I've always argued it doesn't look like he wants to play him in that fullback position or wing back position. I don't know. Sancho or Pedro Neto will be more impactful compared to those overrated kids. Sancho, there's an issue there. His salary will most likely be an issue. Congrats to who? Of the Chelsea team for the masterclass. Okay, that's Tozer Bright Francis. Cannot wait for these signings. Let's see what the club does. Thank you for the update there, but I'm not going to read in all of them. Because we're talking about Chelsea right now. This troll, you're fighting him until he comes back on you to you. The unknown player Chelsea want is Darwin Núñez of Liverpool. Darwin Núñez of Liverpool? I don't think so. And I don't think Liverpool will, for any reason, sell that player to us. I don't think so, honestly. And I will argue that tomorrow. I don't think no. I'm not. I don't think we're going to sign Darwin Núñez, in my opinion. But that's just my opinion anyway. Let me just make that clear. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. 34 likes, and we have 82 people watching. We should be doing better than that. What else do we have here? The Europa Conference League, part of Frankfurt and all that. I think I have to host a show on the other channel. Let's see if I have space to do that so that we talk about that one there. And we have what are the update of our injury players. Well, I think I'll look at that. I'll look at them in a bit to see when they'll be back. I think we'll have quite a lot of players to return in the month of September, a few in October. So, but Badia Shile will be ready soon. He's started full training and will be ready soon. Musiala won't be sold for less than 80 million, and I don't think they'll be selling him. They will not. I don't see Chelsea spending that kind of money for a player after the Casado deal. It's a simple as that. I don't think we'll be going for Musiala. Big up to you too, Chelsea, all the way. I appreciate you finding the time to join, brother. Thank you so much. And no chance we signed Núñez. Poch wants a player who can play across the front line. And Núñez, you can say, I don't think he's Poch's type of player. I get it, he fights, but because he's a number 9, I don't think it will work. He's just to me, I get it. I just don't want to talk about it. I don't think Núñez is the unknown forward. I think the unknown forward attacker must be a 10, or you can say a winger capable of playing across all the front line there, in my opinion. And Ty, welcome to the panel and congratulations to you for reaching 1,000 subscribers. Hopefully you have a cushion there now. Hopefully you have a few more subscribers. So even if anybody unsubscribes, which is natural, you'll still be at 1,000. Because I've seen myself reach a certain number and a few people drop, but that's natural. Congratulations. As long as you've gotten there, you've gotten there. Nobody can take that away from you. Coachila read something with Sancho being linked with a Chelsea move, Smith Rowe to those names may well. I'm not going to be surprised if they are the unknown player that we're looking at, but there's no way to tell if that's the case. Ty, more importantly, welcome to the channel again once more, and I appreciate you finding time to join. Congratulations once more again for reaching 1,000 subscribers. 10K subscribers, there you go. And once you get to 1,000, I think the rest will be like this. Congratulations once more, Ty. All right, we have to start addressing the items we have lined up. Let's go to the first item here. Go ahead. You wanted to say something?
I think my audio is messed up.
Yeah, I can hear there's something like a generator in the background. I'm sure that's not the case, but you can figure it out. Because it can be irritating when the audio isn't clean. Poch has said he wants a striker. Was he specific? But even if he said that, maybe we're still going to sign two more players. But Fabrizio Romano has said that Chelsea wants to keep all the remainder of their activities in the market under wraps. They don't want us to know who they're looking at. They didn't like the way our pursuit of Michael Olise, how the whole thing exploded or imploded, maybe, and that became an issue that what's his name that Crystal Palace wanted to report us. So we don't want that risk anymore. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. Once more, I appreciate you all finding the time to join the show. 93 people watching and only 41 likes. We should be doing better than that. Let's see. Let's get the last item here. This says White Chelsea will look for Sancho. That's a good player in him. It hasn't really worked for him at United, and chances are we can get him for cheap. I know they paid quite a lot for him, but the fact is, he's a London boy, and he actually preferred joining Chelsea before United signed him. So I would say if we can get him for cheap, yeah, but don't let them get a revenge, revenge on us, given how much they paid for Mason Mount. Let's see what else we have here. I keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. Jeremy Frimpong linked to Chelsea according to Sports. Do we really need him? I get it. James is out into it, but do you think we need him? I know he's a fine player. Somebody mentioned 20 goals contributions last season. That's not a bad number. I know he's a good player, but are we serious about getting him? I don't know. Ezekiel need more flops. Let's see what else we have here. Try and the blue Tiffle game. I appreciate you joining, brother. He says try Thai Wi-Fi. Thai's Wi-Fi doesn't really work so well in the bathroom. Try the living room. Big up to you too, brother. Much love. I hope you're well. I haven't seen you in a few days. And Bright Opeloye, I appreciate you joining, brother. Hello, members. Hello to you too. And thank you. And please enjoy the updates that Patrick Joyce is putting in the chat. Unfortunately, I can't be reading everything he's putting there because we're here to talk about Chelsea. I know Patrick will be a valuable asset for the sister channel where we will be talking about quite a lot about every other club and not just Chelsea Football Club. So I appreciate you, what you're doing there. Let's see what else we have here. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. Big up to you to God the Frogs, Chelsea Sessions, and the beautiful game. Much love to you too, brother. So those are the teams to look out for in the draws. Thank you so much. I'm sure people in the chat will be enjoying the update there. Big up to you too. What else do we have? Sancho will be a stellar signing. Understand the EPL. I still think his salary plus how much they'd be willing to sell him will be an issue. Maybe because it hasn't really worked for him at United, they'd be willing to sell him for less. But I honestly do not know. Hannibal, yep. The blue again. Just saying hello to the beautiful game there. And Tob X says, I'm so excited to see which new starting 11 attacker we get. Yep, I agree with you. Let's see. I think we could maybe get the best out of Sancho. Yep, it happens. Sometimes players do need a fresh start. Just like Ruben Loftus-Cheek and Christian Pulisic all enjoying life at Milan. Yeah, it all depends. But it hasn't worked for them. It didn't work for them at Chelsea Football Club. What if something happens to Gusto as well? Well, Chalobah, we have a few players who are capable of playing there. Casado can play there, and also Disasi can also play there. So we don't want a situation where we sign such player and then we end up ramping up Deadwood players again. So it's a risk. Good morning to you too. I appreciate you joining. Yes, I forgot about Sancho. Crazy high wages. Maybe not. Yeah, except if it take a pay cut. But usually players when they taste that again high wages, they usually don't go back. They just tell you, yeah, I want to stay and fight for my place. But we all know what they mean when they say that is that I want to stay and continue earning the money. The money is good. Sancho is struggling at United because they play long and hope for the best counter-attacking football. Wow. Okay. Adebayo Markin Jew. Let's see what else we have here. Blue is the color. I wish we have the season. Okay, let me see that again. I wish we have and win the Premier League. I hope we can. And Thomas Bays, Thomas, this is the first time I'm seeing you in a while. I hope you're doing well. Please do let me know. I appreciate you finding the time to join. He doesn't have the motto to be consistent. Hello to you too. And if this rumors of Frimpong is true, I wonder if he could play inverted. Possibly. What we really need is someone who can cover left back, right back. I think we need a 10. More importantly, honestly, coach, I think we have nobody coming, and that may be also be the solution. Maybe that's a possibility. Pochettino says he wants a striker who can play across all, yeah, front line, but not an out and out traditional number 9. I've always known that myself, so I'm not too concerned. Sancho, Trossard, Jota, Ansu Fati, Trossard. I don't think Arsenal will sell him. Prince says no to Sancho, and Ezekiel says that Chelsea need to add more to again in some positions. I think could do that. The best season rather. I would take Sancho. Eric Ten Hag is still experimenting, which is unsettling for players. You can argue that. That's some experimentation right there with how much they spent in 2 seasons right now. We want a guy who can play right wing, Joao Felix. We want a guy who can play as number 10, Joao Felix. And we want a guy who can play as a striker, Joao Felix. But Joao Felix, his numbers as a 10 and nothing special in my opinion, but I don't think we'd go back for him. If it happens, I'll take him. I guess no Chelsea fan misses Mount. Yeah, do you need a soothsayer to tell you that? Hazard is coming back. Let's go. It's not happening. And you know that. Let's see. I think Ansu Fati will move this week to Chelsea. I don't know. Smith Rowe, Ansu Fati. Honestly, Rain, I do not know. So right now, let's get into the items we have lined up. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. I appreciate you all finding the time to join the show. And the first item here reads, Chelsea want someone who can play both on the right wing and as a number 10. A few names have been identified, including Brendan Johnson, but I've heard they were no longer interested in signing Brendan Johnson. Ryan Cherky and Bradley Barcola. For Brendan Johnson, I'm not too sure, but let's see what the club does. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go along with Ty. I'm not too sure. I don't know whether you've sorted out the audio issue you were having. Let's move on to the
You
next
have to tell
item.
me.
Just give me. Okay, excellent. So, Ty, what do you have anything to say to this particular report here, or should we move on? Or you want me to read it out for you?
Um, um, I heard when you read it the first time. Yeah. Yeah. If you want somebody that can play for the right wing, I don't really think we need one for the right. I think we need one mostly for the left rather than the right.
Mhm,
But I can understand it. Yeah, we do need a creative player. It's not just a player who can play there. We need someone that can create. And those names, Cherky is known for being creative, but his other parts of his game is very, very horrible in terms
mhm,
of him tracking back. And a lot of the players at Chelsea, you need to be able to defend as a unit. And yes, we had Eden Hazard, whose role wasn't necessarily to do that, and he was still good enough for the club. But the Premier League has evolved. There's a lot of teams, even the bottom teams, that press you a lot, and you need to play defensive at times. You need to have players sitting back and coming back to support. Sterling has been chipping in doing that recently, so you need that on both flanks, or you need that in all positions that are available. So I think in terms of that, yes, it's good that we want that. I don't know who we're gonna be getting
mhm,
at this time because the window is so late, and I don't want us to panic buy or just decide to buy somebody for the sake of being desperate to get somebody in to replace injured players or players that are not
mhm.
performing good or players who are on the way out. So
Let's
hopefully
leave out
we.
let's leave out the name Brendan Johnson because there are subsequent reports that suggest we're not longer interested. And I've always known I don't think it would be a signing that will make sense for us. More importantly, given how much they're asking of let's say Bradley and Ryan Shirky. If let's say if those two happen to be the choices we have right now, which of them do you think will be a better signing for us?
Ooh. You know what? That is
Because I
very
don't
that is
think
very,
Barcola doesn't look like he plays in the 10 position, but Turkey can
yeah.
and can also play on the
Yeah.
flanks. I get it. The aspect of his game that his behavior off the ball is suspect in terms of him doing putting in a defensive shift for the team is an issue, but that's something that can be corrected because he's very young. That's how I see it. Yeah, but you go ahead, Martin. If you're watching, I'm seeing you, but
Yeah.
it's not properly connecting so that I can accept so that I can bring you into the studio. But go ahead, Ty.
Yeah, this one is very interesting because both play for Leon. Both players have impressed, and Turkey has been the one that's been mentioned mostly, or the one that has dragged a lot of attention, um, as well. But I think in terms of Barcola, he is able to play on the flanks. The
Mhm.
number 10 position is not necessarily his best position, but the contrast is there for Turkey, who is known for being excellent centrally, but he can also play on the flank. I think in terms of which one is younger, which one is has more attributes that could accommodate the team, I'd say Barcola, but I'm hearing that there's something with PSG, but also there's some sort of odds there as well. Things are not going smoothly. Leon are changing the price tag that they're requesting,
Mhm.
or the fee that they're requesting rather. But I think with Turkey, he's more of the better option in terms of if you want all those things. In terms of the positions that you want to be filled. But in terms of Barcola, he has more repertoire in him. He has better attributes. He's quicker than Turkey. Um, I'm not sure about his creative numbers in comparison to Turkey, but I know that he's quicker. He has more technical ability as well. He's able to dribble past players, and he does have a shot on him as well. So both players, it's not really one where you can make an easy decision. It's about which one edges the next over one attribute or flexibility or versatility.
Yeah, it's let's see. I'm not too concerned about Chucky's behavior off the ball. If we sign him, I think it's something. If any manager is capable of getting him to, you can say, improve on that aspect of his game, which is, to be specific, his behavior off the ball. That would be Mauricio Pochettino. So I'm not too concerned. Let's give the people in the chat the microphone and see what they have to say. I would say Bacola is more explosive, and explosiveness is not what Anelka didn't have that in his game. But he was an excellent finish on his state. Turkey maybe has that, maybe. I'm not too sure right now. But Tobias, nice to see you. That said, if you are picking up injuries after injury in La Liga, the last thing you want to do is move to the Premier League. Yeah, it's like going from frying pan to the fire proper. Yeah. Coachila, have you ever seen the 4-3-2-1? Okay. 4-3-2-1 formation. That formation is my opinion is solid. I can't quite remember seeing any manager deploy that, but it makes sense.
Oh
Instead
no,
of a 4-3-2-1.
coach, why?
But let's see. I haven't seen it, and I can. I'd have to take my time to look at it.
I can't
This is
believe
time.
it.
Sorry.
Why you forgot to say in your opinion? You said in my opinion, so it's gonna sound like you think it's.
Yeah, yeah. In his opinion, yeah. This time, Chelsea need Felix. We've always again Felix would have been a valuable addition to the squad, but the issue has always been how much Atletico Madrid are asking in his salary, and there aren't shortage of clubs willing to sign him. But let's see. But I don't think Felix comes back to Chelsea. Let's see. This is yeah. I think maybe Dacha. Let's see. Smith Rowe is there. Let's see. Norway is a rain doing Emilis split live. He's doing it and he's serious about it. Lukaku to Roma. Is it official? Not official yet. Andrea Guzzi, I appreciate you. It looks like this is your first time here. Welcome to Trust Perspective. Feel at home. Express yourself. All we ask of you is just to keep it civil. You're very, very welcome. And the poet, that's my Kenyan bro right there saying, Poch said he didn't want Felix. I think those are just rumors. The most important thing is that it was going to be an expensive signing in a position where at the time we had Nkunku, some other names were available to us at the time. But let's see what the club does. I
That
get
is
your
not
argument.
true.
Sorry?
Where's the proof that he actually said I don't want Joao
No, he
Felix?
didn't say that. Yeah, yeah.
There's
Go
no
ahead.
proof he said that.
Hmm.
With Lukaku, Lukaku he didn't well he didn't literally say that he doesn't want Lukaku in the team, but he did say that before he came there was a situation with the player. So
Hmm.
there's a difference between the Lukaku and Felix thing. It's reports and it's hearsay that he doesn't want the player. There's no proof of them coming on and saying, so what do you think about the loanee that was at the club, Joe Felix? It's not like he
Yeah.
answered a question relating to that. So there's no proof that he actually doesn't want the player.
Yeah, to me, it's just something that's believable. Martin, if you're still watching, maybe you need to change your browser. I'm seeing you, but I can't see the option to add you because it's saying device not connected. So maybe you need to change the browser you're using. Maybe that will help. Debayo Makunju asks the question: how can you watch a Turkey play and commented that he is a baby Hazard? Have you watched Fakir Nabil Fakir? Where is he right now? That's who he plays like. Stop disrespecting Mercurial Hazard. Where does Fakir play right now? I
Yeah, it's
remember
been a long
Nini.
time, and
Yeah, I remember Nini FC, Nini Blue Lions TV hyping him. Oh, just the way he hyped the guy that plays for West Ham United right now. Is it the Algerian or so? Smash the like button, people. 61 likes. Let's get it to 100 as soon as possible. Let's see. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. We need to stop chasing Hazard's ghost. I don't think we're serious about that. Chelsea should get Belgadi from Strasbourg. Uh, if anything, we're trying to get them to be stronger. Greetings to you too, Walter Moregba. I appreciate you joining. Thank you so much. Coach, I watched 2 games of Turkey. He was awful in both, and I think you've always argued that you don't think he's ready for Chelsea. And you did say something, JC did say something about him hitting the deck so easily. I remember that quite well. Let's see other items we have here. The best option are Chucky, Goncalves, and Wheat. Florian Weeds won't be bad, but I'm still concerned how players that move from Germany to the Premier League, how they adapt, especially a player that plays like a Wheat. I think they're going to kill him. But let's see. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. It says Amin Gori. Okay. It's almost like some YouTubers has compiled a 5 minutes of video from all his good moments. Oh yeah, that's what it's done. All his good moments during the season. It may be that those are the only moments I was left unimpressed. To me, in my opinion, I am impressed. But he's not a finished product. He's still very raw. That's all I'm going to say. I think he has the potential. He can become even better. And big up to you too, Jacob Hopkins. I appreciate you joining. Bradley Barcola and Turkey is like Chelsea trying to sign Olise or Kudus, all win-wins, but we can't get them both. And I'm still saying the moment Leon says one of the 2 players, then they're going to sell the other. And the rumors are that PSG are really struggling to get the Barcola deal over the line. According to Fabrizio Romano, the deal is even more complicated for reasons he didn't mention. Turkey is unselfish, which is a rare to find for players. I think there's a good player in him. He's not perfect yet. I wouldn't go to the extent of comparing him to Eden Hazard. I think he will mature over time and become his own player. Barcola doesn't want a Chelsea, even though he fits the profile. Yep, he prefers going to PSG, but he may. That doesn't mean I didn't see anywhere that he says he didn't want to join Chelsea. He just rumors are that he wants PSG according to Fabrizio Romano. But if the deal is complicated as reported, then maybe he would want to come to us. He just probably by now. Just wants to leave Leon. A lot of people take Twitter in the no world as word as gospel. No, you don't. You have to take your time to analyze whatever they're saying, come to a sensible conclusion. And I have to give JC kudos. He's always been mentioning I think he was the first that mentioned Turkey's behavior of the ball, plus that he's not ready. But I agree. He's not ready, and he's the deck easily, but He's still young, and that can change. So I don't think if we push to sign him, we're signing him because of his potential, not because he's a finished article. Maybe there were reports of him saying that early when he signed for Chelsea, he doesn't want Felix. It's absolute nonsense. You don't have to believe everything you see. If Felix can cancel his contract, then it's a no-brainer. But that's a big what if. Do you think really that Atletico Madrid will agree an asset that they can sell and make up to 80, 90 million euros to cancel the contract? No, they will make it difficult for him. And he still has like 10 billion years to go before on his current contract. Chelsea Odoi says, among all the players linked with a move to Chelsea, who is the nearest similar to Nkunku? You get the hint from there. Who's the nearest similar? And has PSG have PSG signed what's his name? What's the guy from Frankfurt? Have they signed him? What's his name? The French international. Have they signed him? I think that's
Moani.
Who?
Moani. Kolo Moani.
Yeah, Kolo Muani. Have they signed him? It hasn't happened.
No, but there's something with Fabrizio Romano saying that they're optimistic that both clubs are optimistic that they will be agreed soon.
It's taking too long, man. That's what I'm saying here. But Chelsea always says among, yeah, I get it. Moani is still available. He hasn't signed for PSG. Even loan to buy option. Yeah, maybe. No, maybe obligation. That's when I think. Atletico will listen to you because they're not going to trust Chelsea with an option. Turkey wants to leave Lyon. Yeah, I've heard that before too. And you, yeah, love to the chat and love to you too, Bobby. Apologies for laughing out and being triggered by someone yesterday. You're a true gentleman, and I like it when people accept. You can say take responsibility for their mistakes. Bobby got angry and called out some Charles. I think it was Supreme Court. But Bobby, that's fine. We move on from that, Bobby. More importantly, nice to see
What
you.
did I miss, man?
It wasn't a fight. It was just when Bobby he was triggered by some argument, somebody's opinion. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go along with 63 likes. Let's get it to 100 and shoot for 200 as soon as possible. I guess I missed the drama. It wasn't really drama. It was just two people that love Chelsea arguing from a differing perspective, presenting their arguments, respective arguments from different perspective. And Bobby got triggered and said something that Supreme Court didn't take lightly. I've also apologized to Supreme Court myself. Yeah, and Bobby admitted he made a mistake. And yeah, we move on from that. Cuckoo to Man United. Coach, can we get Hall back, please? I don't see that happening, unfortunately. Let's see. This incoming signing is a Poch signing. Thus, I am expecting an experienced forward that can immediately start on the right wing and deliver. No more kids. Yeah, droopy eye. Okay, I'm able to read the text. You can say text. What's it called? Version of the emoji you use. If we loan Cuckoo to United, it just makes a whole deal look even more stupid. Not really. I'd rather play Ian Martin in that position, but I don't know why the manager hasn't played him there. Big up to you, Glenn. Then much love to you. I appreciate you joining. Yeah, after reading some of the names in the chat, the nurses came to ask me if I needed a sedative. For the second, for the record, I am good. Just a checkup. Okay, good to hear that you're good. Coach is who alone, or is he actually a sports player? I don't know him. I haven't been paying attention to the new players at sports, but they are excellent, really. Big up to you too, Keishon, my bro, my New York bro. Nice to see you. Frimpong is the fastest player in the Bundesliga. Are we interested in signing him? I don't know, but I don't think we'd sign him because we have players that are capable of playing that position. If anything happens to Malo Gusto, because if we go for him because James is injured, yeah, we'll have a situation in a few months or so Ixia in about a year where we have Deadwood pile up again. Bobby, maybe you need to switch your browser. Something changed. I don't know. It's saying you're not connected. Martin will tell us how he fixed his. So I cannot add you because I can't. I don't have the option to add you. Yeah, mash up the like button, people. Keep dropping the likes. Cuckoo and that Messer Tunes. I like your name. Are you a musician? Let us know. Cuckoo always makes me nervous. That's good news to me. Wow. Some people celebrate his not yet again. He hasn't departed yet. Yes, sports bottom. Okay. Coach, have you again? Have you time stamped the Bobby versus Supremes bout? I'd like
But
I'd like to, yeah, I'd like to get some popcorn and watch it. It wasn't. We didn't let it escalate. Honestly, we didn't let it escalate. It didn't go too far. Honestly, please just sign Watkins as a striker. Okay. Was with Conte at Inter Milan and then at Spurs. He is from Croatia and was playing regularly alongside Kova and would in the World Cup. Wow. I don't. I have to pay attention to him. Hi, Coach and Pano, Mr. Smooth. What are you thinking about Poch that is playing Levi? Okay, Levi at left back and Ben as a winger. No, I think you have to pay attention to the application. I don't think he plays him as a left back. It is no, that's not how I see it. I need to figure out how to fully use the StreamYard. Message me via Twitter. I'll send you a message. I think I'll have time today to train you. Yeah, I'll teach you that, brother, and I'm happy to do that. Bobby, I got the boxing gloves out, and I missed. It wasn't a fight. Bobby's just being mature by saying he apologized again. Yes, I'm a hip hop artist from Kenya, and I am a big fan of your channel. I appreciate that, brother. Um, if you don't mind, hit me up via Twitter. I wouldn't mind sampling your song here so that people can see it. The hip hop artist I know I like so much. He did a remix with Two Face Dibia. What's his name again? I can't quite remember, but you probably know who I'm talking about. Let's see, Coach. Are you gonna create a pay-per-view WWE channel? Yeah, maybe. Martin, I'm gonna come to you. Let's look at that particular report. I don't know if you have anything to say here. If
yeah,
in fact, again, let's take out Brennan Johnson. Rumors are, reports are that we're not interested. We're not seriously pushing. But if you're to choose between Ryan Chucky and Bradley Barcola, which of them do you think should be our priority right now?
but I think we should also rule out Shirky in this way because the club has spent all summer looking at him and maybe negotiations, maybe he's been priced out, or maybe he's not entirely ready. But I think that that has gone cold really. But based
Hmm.
on playing profiles, based on the players themselves, I wouldn't say Bracola is an option because it doesn't make a lot of sense based on the fact that Nkunku is going to come back and Khan is also going to come back. So will the new signing become, not so useful after those players get back? So we need to think about those things and think about, the future and going forward and all of that.
And just
So
quickly, I'm sure Bobby is listening. How do you solve the problem? Because I'm seeing the same issue with Bobby. I can see him, but I don't have the option to add him to the studio. Did you have to
I
you switched browsers?
yes, but it's different. I had to use Brave on my PC, which is unusual. I tried with my phone, it didn't work. I tried with Safari, it didn't work. Even on
Hmm.
Google here, it also didn't work. So I'm not certain what the issue was about,
Yeah,
honestly.
so Bobby, we're not sure what the issue is. I can see you, but I don't have the option to add you. The same issue he had, and he was able to come on now because he went to his PC. But go ahead with what you were saying. Sorry.
Yeah, so Barcola is more of a winger. I don't think we need wingers, and he's not the most prolific. He's not the profile is not. It doesn't scream in your face. I watched them both yesterday. He's just
Hmm.
he's just he, he's basic to be honest. He's good, but he's still basic really. And we have lots of those, and we can always find lots of those for cheap. So what we're looking for people to elevate the team and fill in multiple positions. Now Shaiki fits the profile. Age, if he's ready, if he's not, off the ball, on the ball. Some of these things can be coached. Some of these things, maybe might be
Yeah,
consistent
he's
problems.
off the ball behavior is something that can be corrected because he's still very young.
Yeah, exactly. And a lot of things like that can be worked on. And others, maybe that's just the way the player is. So it's not a matter of if the benefits outweigh, the deficiencies and all of that. I, but the club looked at that way, way back, and I think that's gone really cold now. The coach even spoke about it at the time, so it wasn't something they didn't discuss. They actually had negotiations for him. So the fact that we are not involved with Sheki anymore, I don't know if that's still on the cards.
So
Barcola is, I think,
we should just say what we've been hearing that there's, you can say, a mystery or there's an unknown attacking option because the
yeah,
club the reports are they're not happy how the you can say the drama that followed the club's pursuit of Michael Olise. So now
yeah,
they found a way to put everything on the
on
wraps.
the wraps,
Even that's how Fabrizio Romano reported that
yeah,
they will start negotiations with the targets this week.
yeah,
This week, but
just
they're
like the
not going to make it
Sase.
public. But you go ahead with what you were saying.
Yeah, just like the Sase, we kept on hearing the Bobby Vincent saying Maguire and all sorts, but I don't think there was anything about Guehi. It seems like people just choose the name that makes sense and they just pour all the links they can on it, and
Mm-hmm.
then 2 days later the club goes on to sign someone else that they've been negotiating for weeks. So it's one of them ones where if you look at it on the face value of it, you'll
Mm-hmm.
realize that none of these targets are actual targets because they don't fit the style, they don't fit the profiles or the areas of the pitch and all of that, and even the age because Poch spoke a whole lot about balancing the team out with experience. So we're looking for something above 22 at least. Johnson has been strongly linked to Tottenham right now. Sheke has gone cold, and Barcola is more of PSG are negotiating for him, but Chelsea has, have been
That's still there.
inquired about the details of the deal, which is
And according
strange
to
because
Fabrizio Romano, he says the possibility of him joining a PSC has gotten
hmm
complicated. For some reason, he didn't mention.
yeah, and he also reported last week about Leon wanting a player in exchange, because and they're definitely not
Ah,
speaking to us about that because we don't have any attackers to exchange for them. So it seems like there's a tussle between PSG and Leon, and they're just using Chelsea as the mystery club to just get the fees higher and get things hastened a bit. So I don't think there's a strong interest in that, which begs the question as to which other players will fit, the profiles of what we are looking for. And this is where I think,
mhm,
we will need to go out of our way and look for better targets because the speculations that's going on, it doesn't add up a lot, both
mhm.
on player side, on the age side, and just seeing the way things are. And then we need to make sure the targets will still be useful to the team even after Nkunku gets back and Kane gets back. So versatility will be required.
Yep. Let's see. Let's give those in the chat the microphone. And here's the link to Keyshawn's YouTube channel. He started subscribe to my wrestling channel. Please go give him a follow. I have subscribed, and I know a few people here have also
Yes,
subscribed. And
some
let's help him.
timing, coach.
Yeah. Let's help him grow. Let's help him grow. Keyshawn, thank you for sharing that link. When is Ivan Toney coming back after ban? I don't remember when exactly, but he's going to be out for
January,
January. Okay, yeah, for a
yeah.
while. Rumors are that we're actually looking to sign him, so I don't know. Bobby brings a physicality to the table, and it's often misunderstood. Yeah, again, as long as people don't take other people's opinion personally, I think it will go a long way. It was a case of VAR review which clarified that there was no malice. Yeah, so the red card stayed in the pocket. Wow. I like that analogy there. We have zero user for Turkey, not a Premier League player. That is, in your opinion, the disclaimer should follow. Thomas Beza, I'm waiting for that. We will beat Arsenal 4-1. When are we playing them? Tomorrow, today, or when? It's still a long way to go, but hopefully, a great. I
October.
will definitely message you. I appreciate that. And if you're following us on Twitter, if you're watching the show on Twitter, please do us a favor, take a second and follow us on Twitter if you haven't. We appreciate that. And you can also subscribe to the channel come and subscribe to the channel on YouTube. Would really appreciate that. So I look forward to that. Just message me, Coach. Bobby is serving a three stream ban. No, he's not serving any ban. We're just experiencing some issues this morning with StreamYard. I don't know what's going on. Like Martin O said, he had to go to his desktop for that to happen. And Bobby, what I'm seeing is the device not connected, so I'm not too sure why. For violent conduct, he can always appeal, but if he's unsuccessful, it will be increased. I think maybe he should switch browsers, then that would work. DJ Surf, nice to see you. Much love to you. He's saying hello to everyone in the chat. Let's see what else we have. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. I appreciate you all finding time to join. Thomas has agreed. A 3-year deal with the move expected to be completed in the next 24 hours. Which of the Thomases? I'm not too sure. Can you be more specific there? Coachila, would you accept a direct swap deal for Cucurella and Sancho? Straight up, I would take it. But Sancho's salary will still be an issue. Chances are we are again, we're opting to let Cucurella join. If we do, we do that because of his salary. Yeah, more importantly, first of all, Sancho, considering Sancho accepts a pay cut. Yeah, okay, thank you. I didn't read that part. Accept a pay cut to the level of Cucurella's wages. I would take him. I think he'll be. We need numbers in terms of wingers. The mystery player. Okay, be none other than the African superstar. Who? Yone? Who's that? I don't know him really. I have to. I don't pretend I know players when I don't. Says again, just having a conversation there. Big up to you too, Michi boy. I appreciate you. When you get a chance to share the link to your channel so people can check it out. I guess you're back from taking wifey out. Big up, Michi boy. I appreciate you all. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes will go a long way. Not only physicality, Bobby brings height too. Yep. All those things that Bobby likes. Ty, congrats once more on 1K. Keep dropping the likes on the stream. Do you bring Joao Felix back to Chelsea? Yes or no? If we were up again, let's say I'd say yes, but not up to me. And I don't think it happens, in my opinion. Let's see what else we have here. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go along. We appreciate you all. Anything else before we move to the next item we have lined up? Pedro Neto or a player from Latin America? Does it have to be from that part of the world? Let's see. Okay, coach thinks we cannot see him. He totally blocked Bobby. Yeah, exactly. You think Bobby's too mature for you to cause that sort of fight? Let's see. If I blocked Bobby, then he won't be able to be in the stream, in the chat there. Coach, I'm currently reviewing the footage. Go ahead, review it. Bobby is not banned anywhere, and you know that. Big up Coachila. Ryan Winter says Bobby's finishing move is called the Kepas Slam. Wow. Much love to Bobby right there. Let's see what else we have. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. Bobby is not obliged to say anything before he had a word with his lawyer, calling Roger as we speak. If Roger, let's say Bobby has a problem now. If Roger is a lawyer, you're calling to come represent him. I don't think Roger is available. I haven't spoken with him for about 3 days now, but I'll reach out. I did reach out live on the show to see if it's everything is okay with them. Anyone just playing? Let's see what else we have here. Anything else? Okay, I'm just gonna go a few comments there, then we'll switch to the next topic. We don't have too much time today. Yeah, breaking news: Marc Cucurella is very close to joining Manchester United on a loan. Cucurella wants to join United, and the clubs are negotiating the conditions of the deal. Hopefully, that's Marca. Hopefully, I hope with an obligation to buy, really, because I don't want him to go there and they don't value him that much, and he stays on the bench. That would devalue. That will, again, his valuation would take a hit. Chelsea made a late move for Mohamed Kudus. I don't believe that. And look at all the outlets reporting that they're all West Ham aligned, which means they could just say that for the sake of it, and so that West Ham fans will feel like, yeah, they're one of the big boys now. We wanted him, and he preferred joining West Ham United. That's how I see it, honestly. This says send Bobby out on loan. No, Bobby is he's undroppable. I think he'll figure out the issue he's having with his device and join us. But I think StreamYard probably most likely changed something. Send Bobby out on loan until the transfer window closes. He deserves it all. All his wow. I'm not. Why did I read that? Just go away. Yep. I cannot believe Cuckoo is leaving. I can't believe that either. Let's see. I think his salary is probably one of the reasons why he's leaving. The Kudus news is rubbish just for West Ham to say, yeah, he chose them over Chelsea. That's how I see it. Coach Roger has refused to turn up for training and is holding out for transfer requests. Oh my goodness! This happens when you send out a talent on loan, and yeah, Mitchell Boy has tapped him up. Kudus has already signed up for West Ham. Yeah, I know that. The rumors are that he chose them over us. Yeah. This says I'd rather send the Chile on loan over Cuckoo. Honestly, I wouldn't mind that, but that's just me. I would do that really. For some reasons I'm not going to get into right now. Let's say this one here: will Cucurella be another Mount Havertz, or will he actually perform? I think he will perform for them. They just have to bear that in mind. Find a way, you could say, to conduit that issue of him leaving spaces on the left-hand side. I think they can deal with that. And I'm sure Post probably must have been working on it. Because I am speechless as to why these top teams keep coming up for some of these players. You can argue that it looks like selling Mount and Havertz now looks like a stroke of genius. And I wonder what Mineral FC thinks about that. Hello, fam. Draft Sequence says, I hope we're all good after our first win in Stalin on fire. Hope we get that Poch, what Poch needs. I think we will. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. Coach, there's only one way to stop Bobby in this track. Just say Gallagher is what. Gallagher is world class. Gallagher, Bobby has been spot on with this prediction of Gallagher. He's been doing well, honestly. And you have to give him his, hats off for him. I don't mind Cuckoo going on loan. Hopefully, can improve in form and we get him back better next year. If he flops, then we know he needs to leave the Premier League. Okay, Coach Bobby is in advanced negotiations to come to my channel. It's a loan with an option to buy. If he goes on loan to your channel, then it has to be an obligation before we agree. Nottingham Forest are expected to sign Callum Hudson Odoi on a permanent basis in an £8 million pounds deal. That made me happy, honestly. £8 million, and people were pushing for us to just take 4 million for Fulham and let him go. I don't know if I think we should by now learn to trust the Chelsea. You can say the new structure we have in place. They're being effective this transfer window with outgoings and incomings, in my opinion. So just quickly, if you're there, IBZ, much love to you, brother. You have anything to add to this particular report, or should I move on? Up to you.
What, Callum Hudson-Odoi?
Yeah, you can talk about Callum. You can talk about the options we have on the screen there. Up to you, brother.
Oh yeah, man. How hope everyone is good, man.
I can't complain. We haven't seen you in a while. I hope everything is okay with you.
Yeah, man. Everything is all good.
Mm-hmm.
I've been around this summer. I've been about. Let me see. Chelsea wants someone. What is that? The one? What, the one on the screen?
That one is really not straightforward. I think, see from this perspective, some rumors out there are suggesting that Chelsea will start negotiating with certain players this week, but they found a way. They want to keep it under wraps because they didn't like how the whole Chelsea pursuit of Michael Olise went. The whole thing that it got to extent that Crystal Palace wanted to take us to tribunal and all that. Now they didn't like that. They don't like that, or maybe. But now they've chosen not to make anything. Any player they're pushing to sign, they don't want the public to know about that player.
Yeah, I guess good luck. Good luck. Hopefully everything gets done before Friday.
Is that the end of the window? Would that be Friday?
I don't. Yeah, Friday. If
okay.
I'm not mistaken. Yeah.
But it's close.
Yeah. We're in last week now, isn't it? So I think everything will be very quick. All deals that you hear of will be finalized everything will be very quick. No one has time to and ah. So yeah, I'm waiting. I just wait. What Pochettino said he still wants a striker or an attacker, isn't it?
Yeah, but he specifically said he wants an attacker that capable of playing across all front sections of the attacking area.
Yeah. Well, we'll have to. Good luck with that.
Indeed.
Yeah, good luck with that. Honestly, I'm out of suggestions. I'm out of it. I don't know. All our targets have gone in terms of that respect. Like Elise, Kudus. I don't know.
The market is tight now.
Oh yeah.
The market is tight, but I think we still get again a player or two in names that we didn't expect. We didn't even know that the club have been.
Whatever they decide to bring in, I'm with it, man. At this point, I'm happy with what we have so far. So yeah, whoever they decide to bring in, I hope it's an out and out number 9. But
yeah.
It's whatever.
Yeah, do I think we'll see an out and out number 9? No, I don't think so.
No, I'm afraid. I'm afraid that may not happen. I'm scared that won't happen. And I hope that doesn't happen. But yeah, it could be a possibility that he looks for someone that can play across the
front line. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, out and out number 9 is what I want. So Jackson can play behind him and Sterling and.
But yeah, we can pair them to pair Jackson in that.
Yeah, that as well.
Exactly.
He has a strike partner to work with. You know, Jackson play, but for me, I'm not content with Nicholas Jackson as the focal number 9.
You think I don't know?
Yeah. But other than that,
because we've had that conversation, we've been having that conversation for a long time now, so I'm well acquainted.
He's a brilliant. He's electric. He's what was all you need in a forward man. You know what I mean? He's running. He gets behind the lines. But you see that instinctive number 9 role. I don't think he has, and I think he can do that better coming off the left, like play. You know where Mudryk is supposed to play. I can see him as an inside forward cutting in from the left. I think he'll be even more effective than probably as a focal point number 9. Having both runners behind you, linking up with the striker, I think that will be formidable. But we'll see what happens before Friday.
Yeah, let's see what happens. It's close and it's still a lot of time. A lot can happen in just the few days we have before the transfer window shuts. I'm going to give those in the chat and the microphone before I come back again to Martin and Ty. Breaking news: Roger has sacked his management and has employed Lukaku Sports Management for his transfer. Wow. 8 million. Best we could ask. Yeah, it's big. Chances are we could have sold them for 4. But I trust the owners, they know exactly what they're doing. This says again, Michi, make sure you insert any injury clause there. I think you should. With the defensive 3 of Mount, Casemiro, Fernandez, Enzo Fernandez. Is that Fernandez? Not on Fernandez. Man United are definitely defensively are in the gutter. They need Cucurella to sweep for them. You could argue that we must be asking top money for fixing their midfield. That is if it is a permanent move. But I think it's a loan. I don't know whether there'll be an option or an obligation. I'm not too acquainted with that. Barry White today must have had a late night. Yeah, maybe. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes will go along with Modric on the left. He can play. And I'm not too sure. I haven't seen him on the left before. Let's see. Okay, keep dropping the likes on the stream. Let's see what else we have here. Hopefully, the mystery guy is Pedro Goncalves. Wow, people like him. I think I have to research him to see how good he is. Bobby always wins his midfield battle by displaying physicality and height. Yep. I think Bobby called so many stuff right. This the lineup also, he knew that this Assy was going to start. Would you consider taking Wilfred Glonto? I don't know him, and I don't pretend I know players when I don't. I cannot wait to see Modric start on Wednesday, and Ian Martin and Mudryk. I think all of them will get game times on the day. Hopefully Mudryk is ready. because probably still nursing an injury. I don't know. Hazard on a 1-year contract and pay as you play. Peter Pan, I don't know if the club has any plans to get make that happen. I honestly do not know. I might as well dream big or feel for them. Yeah, good luck. Let's see. Exclusive. Who? Silko Thomas is set to join Leicester City on a free transfer from a Chelsea. Okay, an academy product, I'm guessing. Looks like we are losing another youth. I don't know him. This is the first time I'm hearing that name, honestly, and it looks like it. Would definitely like another striker on the roster. Yep. But let's see what they do. Gnonto isn't better than Somerville. I rather sign a prime Madrid 2.0, aka Marcus Edwards, than Gnonto. Wow. Okay. It's fearless. He drives. He drives and has a Vinny Junior vibes. Strong and stocky long gravity. Here's the thing. I think we should actually learn to give players a chance, because I saw a compilation of video of when Vinny was still very raw. Wow, he's worse than some of the players we have now that are of the same age that he was at the time, actually. But they were patient with him because they knew he's always had it in him. What do you guys think about Watkins?
Vinny was 16 when he joined. He was always going to be raw. He was put in a deep end. If you were to judge Vinicius Jr. at the time he joined, then wow, it's a bit premature. He was always destined to the top. They were
really patient with him.
Not to take anything away from the development, but he was always destined for the top, bro. Like Vinicius was destined for the top. This is they're not surprised by this development. This was what they foresaw.
Normal.
At 16, normal. At the age of 16, you cannot judge him at his rawness. Like, what the hell? But I understand the comparison.
But you understand my point now.
I understand the comparison.
People saying how bad he was and how good he is right now. Yeah.
But
because he played, even at that time, he played a lot of games for them.
He did. And I think that's the thing that's making people really unhappy, because we haven't really seen Modric play like 3 to 5 games stretch, like just keep giving him the ball and him keep applying himself to games. There's always a bit of, he comes in, he's a bit quiet, he doesn't really see much of the ball, substituted. He doesn't play the next game, substituted. It's been up and down. So it's quite hard to judge, Everyone just kind of wants him to just stick him at the left wing and just keep getting the ball to him. And then we see him for 90 minutes. And then he goes again and again. And then if it doesn't work out after 3 games, then we hold our hands high and say, yes, it doesn't. But we all know that he's going to come good if you give him a stretch of games, because he has the fundamentals to do that and the intention. And that's where the difference comes in with him and other players like Sancho, is the intention. He still wants to drive. He still wants to take players on and apply himself, while others are shying away from it. So I think it's a bit frustrating, but I think we're patient.
You will get there. Listen, we got it for 8 years. We got it for 6 to 7 to 8 years. So buckle up. Yeah, you have no choice but to support the kid. And we were laughing about this in only 6 months ago. What 6 to 8 months later? We've changed our tune. Let's not be flip flops here, But I understand the frustration, but it will get going once he hits the ground running. It's good to go, bro. So yeah, we move. But yeah, I do believe that it will come good, man, with the kid. I believe it will come good. I'm not worried at all. I'm not here to. Oh yeah, he needs to get good now. No. Them two, they're not supposed to hit the ground running, in my opinion, for another couple of years. But yeah, where you play for us, we expect he needs to hit the ground ASAP. But yeah, we'll see.
All right, let's give those in the chat the microphone. Let's get through that and switch it to the next item. What do you guys think about Watkins? I love him. Again, if you ask me, I'd say let's try and sign him. I'm not sure
that's not happening. That is not happening. Let's forget about signing the Premier League striker that's already probably scored a goal for their respective clubs already. Like now the stock on Vlahovic has gone up. He just scored for Juve over weekend. So boy, I mean, if you want to get that kid, then you're gonna have to, So it's right now is what you can get. So you have to get it now. I'm seeing in the chat now people are just throwing names out here like we're looking at Football Manager deadline day, which I understand. because we haven't got a striker. What happens with what do you think the club can get Taiwo Awoniyi? That's another one.
I think it's too late in the market.
Exactly. That's
No
too
way.
late, isn't it? You're paying
If you
80
go, you
million.
have
No
to pay
way.
premium.
That
You
is
have to
80
pay-
million pounds
They
right
wouldn't
there.
even sell.
They won't
wouldn't,
even
because
sell. Do you understand?
they
You
wouldn't.
can't go for you
And if
can't
we're
Their
being
go.
honest,
relegation
you have to
hinges
first
on
of all
him.
look at how important he is for them.
Exactly. You would
Exactly. It's
Yeah.
not a
players
it's
like
not a
that.
key thing.
Dusan Vlahovic. What's the likelihood of him getting a deal done
It's
with
not
him?
happening again since they're not getting
Exactly.
Lukaku, because the only opportunity we had to get him would have been again had we if we agreed to that swap deal, which would have involved us giving them Lukaku plus cash and then get Vlahovic. And Vlahovic, it doesn't look like he was too keen for the move. Also, he reiterated his intention to remain at Juve. So
You see that
yeah,
ball
it
that
wasn't
came
that
in and
simple.
that ball and header. I'm just looking at Chilwell's cross to Jackson. Imagine Vlahovic was in the end of that cross there, bro. That would have gone in ASAP.
Yeah, because
But
it's a
yeah,
fine header too. Jackson
you see
has to
that
work
header,
on
though?
his
Yeah. But will
yeah.
Vlahovic be able to run there?
Did you see the header, bro?
Exactly.
Said Vlahovic, if we're being honest, is the
You think
unknown.
he's
Until he comes to the Premier League
yeah,
and start
he
playing,
is
then we'll
not
know how
slow.
well he
Exactly.
do.
The perks, on
Dusan
both
Vlahovic
sides.
is not slow. And again, he got into the same position. He was in the box. He's a striker, would be in the box anyway to be at the end of those crosses. And as Jackson was, yes, given he's a striker, but the instinct or the quality to put those at the back of the net is what I'm fearing. And a quality striker would need to be done. I just feel so. I just feel that before the end of this window, hopefully that is recognized so that we can be bedding games, putting them to the sword, and not relying on the brilliance of our wide men like Sterling, innit? Not to put all the reliance on him, because if he can't suffice the goals will need to come from the striker. So yeah, I just
It will
hope
come
that's
from the
addressed.
striker.
I hope so. I really
Yeah.
do.
All right, let me give those in the chat the microphone so that we can move on to the next topic. And just quickly, Bobby, I can see you. I'm saying that again. I just can't see where you say. I don't know if I should share my screen to show you that. I just can't see where it says add this person. Martin had the same issue. He said he had to go use his desktop. I'm not sure what's happening there really. Maybe you should try another browser or try another browser on your device. Rather get a Sintera than Gnotto. Okay. Let's see. The Prince is here. Big up Chelsea family. Please let's smash the like button. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. 11 more likes to get it to 100. Let's make it happen. Let's see what else we have here. Fenerbahce are considering the possibility of signing Malang Sarr from Chelsea this summer. I hope that happens. I've seen that myself. I hope it happens. If we shop in the Premier League, we should aim for the top, like Ivan Toney. For me, he's not a player I would have loved to sign, but if we feel like we need him, let them go for him. Also breaking coach in advanced negotiations with Roger just along with the non-devil's advocate clause is started. Yeah, he likes to play devil's advocate all the time. This one is close, but may go to the transfer deadline day. Yeah, it may well happen. Let's see. Keep dropping the likes on the stream. Chelsea are considering signing Smith Rowe, according to Simon Phillips. And Ty has shared the link to his channel. Please go help him. Let's help him get some cushion over the 1,000 subscribers that he reached yesterday.
I know what name was the name to name.
I told you that could happen, but don't worry about it. It happens all the time. Let's help him. Ty, just see it as if you've reached 1,000. So don't worry about it. I go to follow Ty. Let's help him get more subscribers. He needs cushion on that. Let's see what else we have here. What to ask? What you want to ask a question, please? Why would Chelsea need to wait until this period before showing interest in Turkey? I see these as an impossible mission. We've been looking at him. Chances are, we heard of that. For some reason, we've decided not to push further. But right now, it looks like we're back for him again. There's no way to tell him what has been happening.
No, I don't think. Yeah, I think it's always been on the wraps. We've been negotiating for him since June. But maybe it's the price. Maybe they're not willing to sell. Maybe the coach wants him to spend another year. There's just something during private negotiations that have kept the deal, from happening, and that's all that it's been. It hasn't been. We didn't leave.
Go ahead.
Yeah, we didn't just like suddenly leave and then suddenly want to get him back. Now the news that's just been consistent. It's just just coming out now again because it seems we're out of options.
Yep, here says a 17 million for Son. I don't think they'd sell him. Yeah, please go and check out Mitchell Boyd's YouTube channel. Be sure to subscribe. He's getting closer and closer to 1,000 subscribers himself. Less expensive alternative, Damari Gray. Didn't he? How long is he? He's where is he right
Bro,
now? At Everton, right? He
bro,
hasn't
we're
been
just
there for. I don't think they'd
experimenting
sell
now.
him. I'd love Adeyemi, Karim Adeyemi. Good luck getting that one too. Unrealistic. And coach, after reviewing the footage, it reviewed Jesse's dodgy back pass left Bobby exposed, and the Supreme got the tap in. The whole episode could have been avoided simply by Supreme saying he loved Gallagher. Okay. It's tricky negotiations on, we don't know. Whether it was, whether it still is, or whether we just, I honestly no way to tell. At this point, the only player, if any, we should consider is Musiala. There's no need to splash out. Nkunku and Carney will return. But even if you have the money, I don't think Bayern will sell Musiala. Vlahovic is looking good right now. He's always looked good. The only issue is that he was out injured at one point. So it seems whoever will be underwhelming as there aren't many players to choose from, and most of them are unlikely to leave their respective clubs. Let's see what happens there. We need a player who can fill in for Nkunku. Then move to the wings when he is healthy. Okay, Nkunku can. Let's get in Ivan Toney, and we are again we're set for ages. Let's see if we'll be able to get him. Any latest news about Jersey from sponsor? We have that lined up. We'll get to that in a bit. We were linked to Granto in May. Future star for Italy. It doesn't look like nothing new has emerged. And just as Jackson is looking equally good, they both scored. Yeah. Bobby has been sitting in the penalty room. Stop. I'm not going to read anything about Bobby again. Give up, coach. How are you doing, bro? I hope you're doing well. I'm not giving up about on my club if that's what you want me to do. Big up to you too, Eugene. Okay, but what if Itone joins Arsenal to close the gap to Man City, Arsenal, and Liverpool? I believe Watkins wouldn't be a bad signing, but I'm not too sure we want him. It doesn't look like it's happening. Let's see. Turkey should be the attacker for us. Are we looking to sign him? I don't know. There's no way to tell. Can see Turkey after all the rumors. Okay, we left due to attitude. I think that was absolute nonsense. I didn't believe that. Would be a weird one to sign him. And I thought Turkey said he wasn't leaving. I didn't hear anything to that. If anything, what I saw, I remember seeing was him saying he wants to join Chelsea to come play alongside his former teammate in Malo Gusto. Chelsea fans never wanted Vlahovic. Now he cannot stop scoring. I'm not going to regret anything. There are a few that don't want him. A lot want him. Not all fans, but some. Before Coachila comes at me, you knew exactly what I was going to do, and I did just that. Wow. Arsenal are looking at Tone too. Yep. He's a fine player, but he says I think he grew up supporting Liverpool. I don't know if they're interested in signing him. I like the idea of Vlahovic, but the Chelsea expats know it all. Fans went into meltdown. I don't think we didn't sign him because the fans didn't want him. We opted out because the manager didn't really want him. That's how I
No,
see
but
it.
Exactly.
I think the point is also making that the fans were not keen on it.
Yeah, they were not too keen on
I
him,
like to keep
but
it
a lot
about
of
the
people
fans were
were.
moving as if it was some plague. Like
It was
he's
50
like,
50
what? This guy's a goal scorer. Like, what you're looking at his injury record or what is a
Mhm.
bad
Yeah,
Juventus season as a testament to his ability. Like the guy's a goal
y-
scorer. Like
yeah,
I
but
don't
those
know.
things matter.
He's a goal
And the
scorer. He
fee,
gives a dash. He's a goal scorer.
And
He's
I
a goal
wanted him.
scorer.
But go ahead. What were you saying,
You know what
Martin?
I mean?
like everything comes in play. The coach's preference, the fee, the injury record, the goal scoring record, and the poor form of last season as well. They all play a factor. And the fans were 50-50 on this. Some wanted it, but most didn't because they felt they've seen Jackson and they knew Jackson was gonna come good. Now, before Jackson played, everyone wanted Vlahovic and Lautaro and everyone else. But after we've seen Jackson, we knew that spending 45 million plus Lukaku will put him, high on the pecking order, and they were not sure of his injury. They were not sure of his last season form. and the coach wasn't so keen. So there were a lot of factors
Let
that
me keep it a buck. The
went
fans were
into
very
that.
fickle towards last season. It wasn't about it, nothing. They just saw the fact that he didn't
Fickle,
score for
yeah,
Juventus, and then they said that they didn't want him. If he was banging goals and they confirmed his eye test, they'll be all over him. Because the same Chelsea
exactly.
fans will be
But
rooting
those
for
are
an
still
unknown
factors.
18-year-old to come to the club, and they'll be raving on about him. Said Ryan Shirky. I mean, he's
Yeah,
a
but
very
Sheki
good
had his
talent, but
numbers for last season.
what numbers? I mean, what's he
But Chucky
done?
plays in a different position. Here's the thing.
No,
It hasn't
but
happened.
He
And
did. No, I can break it down for you. He did have the numbers. He did have the
mate, what?
productivity.
Yeah,
He had the
but
highest amount of carry-ons into the penalty box in
well, what
Europe.
did Leon do? What did he do for Leon? Well, where did
He
Leon
helped
finish?
Lacazette get the top scorer
Well, it
in
wasn't
French
as
league.
well.
Well,
It's
he's
not
not
as
the one
revolutionary, is
defending.
it?
He's
But again, my
revolutionary for
point
his
is,
let's
age.
talk one by one. Martin, let's let IBZ drop.
my point is, they were just rooting off hype. I mean, I believe it's just hype. They don't know the 18-year-old from before last season. No one knew this 18-year-old kid, and this summer, all of a sudden, he's the next best thing since sliced bread. But Vlahovic, a previous striker, now he's someone that they didn't want to see. I don't understand. I didn't understand the correlation. But yeah, we move. I mean, I just believe the Chelsea fans are fickle, majority of them anyway. If you feel pressed about that, then obviously the shoe fits. But obviously, it's just based on the eye test. But again, we will see what happens. I believe that we do need a number 9. If it's not Vlahovic, it is someone that needs to play in that position. I believe the options are thin now. And if it's and if that's the case, then you know we're stuck with what we have. But it's not bad. I'm not trying to put gloom on it, but I just feel that if we are going to pull it to another level and be formidable, I mean, I just feel that that's needed, man. I saw Liverpool yesterday, and I saw a striker score 2 goals from 10 men, and I'm thinking to myself, could we do that if we were down to 10 men away from home? Can we rely on a striker to just be able to be composed to put us through and get us 3 points? Do you see those comparisons I make, and I look into our squad and say, can we do that? So I hope we can address those things, but we move.
So do you want to, help? Do you want me to help you understand the reasons why people had reservations about Vlahovic?
No. I don't. It's okay. I don't understand.
I think IBC understand.
I understand. I understand the situation definitely, but I just felt
IBC just
it was
pushing
very
his personal preference. It's just,
yeah. My preference.
I want Vlahovic as well.
My preference was to get a striker if we were not going to keep Lukaku. He made it clear. He made it clear that he doesn't want to stay, and that was the case. We got him for Jackson. That's good because he has the future to be top. But is he is he good enough to cement where we want to be, i.e. fighting for top 4 and even probably do the matching and win a league? I didn't think so. So obviously
what are the other
that
options you want then?
Well, Dusan Vlahovic was an option. Victor Osimhen was an option.
So
obviously
expensive.
That was unrealistic in the terms of the pricing, but those are the type of strikers I was probably looking at in the range.
The next option?
Well, whatever the scouting board will look at in that profile.
And that's exactly where we are.
Just go with those two. IBC, let him respond so we can move on to other topics.
Yeah, exactly. That's where we are. They are 1, too expensive, and then 2, the one you're looking at is inconsistent based on fitness and based on
that's agreed, and that's why we are where we are now.
Yeah, it's exactly what other options can we go for, and we are not sure of anyone.
There aren't too many.
That's exactly where the scouts are right now. So if you're pressing the scouts about it,
because I don't want it to be a problem. I'm not again. I don't think it. There is no problem there's no problem at the moment. But I'm trying to make sure we make hay while the sun is shining. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but the sun is not shining a lot.
Hold on. Let's hear you, Martin, so that we can move on from that topic. IBC. Let's hear you.
Yeah, like what you're saying is true. All of this. Yeah, everything you're saying is bang on. But where we are at now is the position where we are not seeing any good options. Yeah, we are not convinced by options. Certain things are just not adding up, and for the fee they're asking, it's just not clicking. So if we are pressing the team to get a striker, they aren't good options. So we have to think, we have to create, we have to, go outside of the box and find other things. So this is where the club is at. So you have to be reasonable to see that yourself. It's not just, we hated Vlahovic for no reason. No, there were reasons for that.
No. Again, being on Chelsea Spaces, being on different Chelsea platform streams, and putting the name Vlahovic into the circle, and looking at the reaction of a chat. Excuse me, I can see from that the fan base are not taking.
Yeah, but they don't quantify the whole fan base. The fan base.
No, I'm not saying they do.
Lots
I'm
of
not
people
saying
were
they
down
do.
to it.
Again,
Lots of people wanted the boy.
If you just let me finish,
Martin.
if you let me finish,
let's just let him respond so we can move on.
No, I know. We're just having a convo.
Yeah, again, I know.
Not the whole Chelsea fan base can equate to that. That's why I said the majority, from what I could see, majority.
Yeah, and I've been
somewhere, some weren't. Yeah, but from the majority, it looks like they weren't having it.
20 minutes to say something.
Yeah,
so now we're at the situation where the guy's scoring goals now, which is countering some of the arguments that some of these Chelsea fans, or the majority of them, were saying they don't want him for. So now we're in a situation where we do need a striker. We've got a striker, but we move. I hope to say before Friday, this is addressed, and or the attacking options is addressed, so that moving forward, we'll be okay with the injuries that we have as well. That is all. It don't have to be Dusan. It can be anyone, but it just has to be someone that can fill in that void. You feel me?
All right, Martin, anything else you want to add so that I can speak, so we can move on from that particular topic?
I just want to say, just be reasonable with the way things are, and that's just it. It's not an easy thing. It's not a straightforward thing. Most strikers can score goals, but there are also other factors that are involved in deals, and this is where we have to think reasonably and find the options as well. Because as much as it's difficult for us, it's also difficult for the club. And spending 40, 50 million outright isn't, we're not longer in that position anymore. So let's just be reasonable with things.
All right, Ty, what do you want to add to that?
Honestly, I forgot what I was going to say. I was just going to think about something else. But I think we can move on to the next thing.
All right, no problem. It just wasn't okay that we're talking over each other. Chelsea scouts were apparently in attendance at Nice versus Lyon game last night. They're keeping tabs on Kiefer Thuram, CM, Jean, Claire, Todibo, CB, Sofiane Diop, winger in Bradley Barcola, winger. Okay. That's a lot of names. So I don't think we get all of them. Gray is in his last year with an option to buy at Everton. When did he join them? Wow. Tonnerre will attract a lot of endorsements incoming from betting apps. Wow. I think wages counts a lot of players out for. Yeah, I think Vlahovic is on a very high wage already. And I think the club he's earning quite a lot at Juventus. I think the club probably considered that too. Facts. Let's see what else we have here. I also know that Vlahovic was also not keen to come up to us. Yep, I did say that himself. He wasn't too keen to join Chelsea. Again, before Coachila comes at me, why are you so scared, DJ? Players like Turkey are for when you don't need them. We need someone proven now to complement the squad. I think we'll be looking at more experience. And his thing, even Fabrizio Romano has said that the club wants he says the club will start negotiations with the players in question, but they don't want anybody to know about the players. So we don't know who they're looking at. Chances that they're looking at experienced players. So let's not dwell on that too much. I love Jackson, but I don't see him scoring more than 10 goals. But that's your opinion, to be specific. That's why I think we better go for a better striker. I wouldn't use the term better striker. If you're talking about going for another striker, you're talking about getting an out-and-out striker to mix it up. Do I think that will happen under Pochettino? I don't think so. Jackson will prove people wrong. He's shown what he's capable of doing. But what about David? What about David Jonathan David from Lyon? I don't think we're looking to sign him, but let's see what happens. Let's see anything else here. Cancelo to Barca is here we go, according to Fabrizio Romano. Finally, he's free. Would getting Vlahovic potentially interfere with the progress and development of Broja? I don't know. Chances are that may well be the case. Except because Broja is capable, can play. He has the qualities that he can play on the flanks. But I think the manager is trusting him because he's mentioned him on occasions when talking about the possibility of signing new players. I'd hate at that. And Poch keeps speaking highly of Broya. Yep, just what you have there. But let's see what happens. We can, after all, he said Kepa is the best. He said something that some people interpreted to him deciding that Kepa was going to be the number one throughout the season. And I said to them, I let people know at that point that he was never going to say otherwise. He was never going to come out and say, yeah, we're looking at some other goalkeepers. Maybe they come in and take the number one spot from Kepa. No, he was never going to say that. Cancelo could have been targeted for left back, right back. Do you think he would want to come to Chelsea? Broya is nothing yet. Vlahovic is a proven pro. You could say that. Coach, I saw one Chelsea blogger saying Chelsea is linked to Sancho. How truthful is that? There's no way to confirm. Honestly, I have to be honest with you. Ricardo Henry says that I feel we're going to panic buy. No, I don't think any purchase nice to panic buy. I think we just need one or two signs, and I don't think we'll panic buy. It's already Monday, and no solid news on players coming in. I think they made an L not getting Kudus. I don't think so. I don't think we've been that. I think probably we had other options in mind and not Kudus. Remember, everything comes down to what the manager wants. And
what
Kudus,
other options?
And Kudus, I don't know. That's why I'm saying we don't know. And like Fabrizio Romano said, we'll start negotiations with the
and if reports are right, if reports are right, if reports are correct, they said that we went in, we contacted Bro, and Bro said he's already made his mind up on joining West Ham.
And you said and those reports in question are coming from journalists that are aligned to West Ham United.
Exactly.
If you paid attention, yeah.
Well, I saw this on TalkSport this morning. I mean, I don't know if they have any affiliation with West Ham.
If you trust them, that's you.
Yeah, I would like to believe that the correspondents there would not like to fabricate. But what my point is,
fabricate a lot.
No, you can't. Yeah, but that's
go ahead. IBC, you were saying something,
bro. If that's the case, if that's the case, then it shows that we probably weren't serious enough, or we didn't pursue it as rigid as we probably, or we weren't interested in. But as of last week or 2 weeks ago, the whole fan base or majority of the fan base already raving on how we will have him slotting in and where we'll fit in. So how did we miss that one? And how do you get to West Ham? But again, we moved. We ain't got time.
Just so we weren't that serious about signing him.
But who are we going to sign then between now and Friday?
I don't know.
So that comment has a little bit of truth when he said he feels that the club may panic buy. If you're saying that one or two signings could be made before Friday and nothing has been announced on any whispers apart from the Jadon Sancho and Emil Smith Rowe this morning, then what? Who are we getting? Who's the attacking options? What bid is going to be done?
So you're correct. That comment, maybe well be correct.
Maybe right, exactly. That's the point I'm making. So we may be in a battle of a panic buy, and because all the options that we seem to be in the midst of for the past couple of weeks seem to be gone in the wind. But yeah, I'll be here. I'll be there no matter what. Like Mbappe says, I'll be there with my popcorn, and my Magnum, and I'll be watching. And here's the thing.
I'm glad you made that point. We'll end up panic buying either by overpaying or buying, but I don't think this owners looks like the type that will buy the wrong player for the sake of it.
Yeah, I think they'll just put I think they'll put the money up.
We'll panic buy by overpaying, not by signing the wrong players. Yeah, I think they're the sort of the sort of people that instead of buying the wrong players, they say, okay, let's just go with what we have. But let's catch up. Let's try and switch to something as different soon. I don't know the player in question. Starting finally on Coach Yap. Titus, just people having conversation there. Some rumors. I've heard that. Sancho to Chelsea. I don't know how strong that is. So what is the opportunity to get Turkey? I don't know. Honestly, it's not. Some reports yesterday were saying it's over. He's never going to come to Chelsea. And chances are that may well be the case. Ivan Toney wouldn't be a bad addition. Let's see if it happens. I was saying Vlahovic from the beginning went there were links with him coming up for Lukaku, going up the other way. We were not too keen for some reasons I do not know. All Chelsea fans fans should be ready. Okay, Benfica. I'm not sure what to make of that. Role plays on the left, which would make sense, and I don't think he comes for cheap. I don't know how much he has left on his current contract. I believe we should give Hazard a chance. I don't think that's happening. Osimhen, where can or Osimhen? Those were your two options. There, others where Gonzalo Ramos from Benfica, I know, but we went to him. Rafinha and Ferran Torres are on Chelsea's radar, according to Simon Jones from Mel Sports. Do you trust them? Do I want Rafinha at Chelsea? I'd say no. And what about players who has been relegated, has Premier League experience? I'm not saying I want that, just trying to think who could be. We've gotten one in Romeo Lavia. Are there more? I think all this, the top, those again, those top talents are from those teams that were relegated have already moved on. One joined Tottenham. What's his name?
Madison joined. Harvey Barnes. I mean,
yep, they've all moved. Harvey Barnes joined Newcastle United, right?
Yeah. I mean,
And
who
there's
else?
also
James
one
Ward-Prowse.
Prowse, yeah,
I mean,
all of them.
You know, they've been snapped up, mate. You know, they didn't play.
Yeah, so I don't like Rafinha, in my opinion, and they like to go for young talents at the moment. It's not easy to find that kind of player. Honestly, with a week left to the end of the transfer window, it's complicated. It's not that.
Lobatin is complicated.
Yeah,
exactly. So they go to panic. They go to panic before Friday, my people. They're going to pay over the odds.
Yeah, that will happen. Sancho or Smith Rowe, and why? I'm not sure I can answer that question right now. We don't have too much time. Just put it. I'm just going to highlight it and try. Maybe we can answer that question later. Let's see what else we have here. Smith Rowe would be a good panic buy. Panic buy in terms of how much we're paying. I don't see these owners signing a player for the sake of it. Can we sub loan Fofana back from our loan army? Yeah. Now I'm asking the question: why did you let him leave on loan? I just don't know. Vlahovic didn't want to come. He didn't want to come. Yep. Coach Chelsea like to showboat to whoever comes in. It will probably end the window for everyone. Yep. Up to Chelsea. Yep. Let's see what happens there. Chelsea scouts attended. Yep. I think. Who said that? It was you're just doing a tapping there now. Glenn, I didn't know you were into tapping. You just tapped in what Luther again said. But it works. No injury-prone players at Chelsea, please. I don't think we should. I don't think they will. It's still at Leeds and refuses to play for them, so he wants to leave. Coach, we will be a bit light on the left. Yep. With Chile and Matson. Maybe Smith Rowe, who plays on the left. Will be good. Okay, let's see. Didn't he play with the Chelsea youth? Was he the guy? I don't remember what Arsenal senior player played for Chelsea before. But let's just move on to the next item, and I'm going to start Bobby from there because we don't have too much time. Yeah, did he?
No, it was Nketiah.
Oh, it was Eddie Nketiah. Is it
Nketiah? Nketiah, yeah, it was from Kobe.
Okay, all right, thank you. I don't know. This I'll get something more serious for Bobby to talk about. This says finally we have a shirt sponsor. It's not official yet, but he says something something here. Latest news: Chelsea expect to announce new sponsors deal with Infinite Athlete in the coming days. Maybe that will allow us to go for the players we want. I do not know, honestly. This here, Cucurella says Manchester United and Chelsea spoke on Saturday about Marc Cucurella's loan deal as reviewed yesterday. Understand that Chelsea are open to letting Cucurella leave on loan, but only at their condition. Loan fee, salary coverage. It makes sense because in the first place, I think we're deciding to let him leave on loan because of his salary. And if he's not going to be playing that much, up to United as they've three options for new left back position. Okay, Bobby, you want to come in? You finally, how were you able to get that solved?
Yeah, I don't know what X has done or who has done something. I don't know. I've gone onto another device, but this device is shaky. That's why I don't use it much. So I don't know how much how much juice it's going to give me. Just quickly on this Cucurella thing, I have a few
and you can also talk about
reservations.
the possibility of us signing Sancho, because the news is out there. So two things: Cucurella and Sancho. You go with it. You're just joining us, so let's
Sancho.
have you make up for that time lost.
Yeah, I mean, my reservations about Cucurella, I understand it, and I know that he's not out amongst our best left backs. But this is how um, Chelsea like to snatch weakness from the jaws of strength. If I may use another one of my quotes, they go backwards. Chelsea's a. I don't know what's wrong with this club. Sometimes, we look for weakness. We have strength, and then we go and start looking for weakness, like this idea of people talking about getting rid of Gallagher. That's a search for weakness. I'm going to soon hear that sort of talk about Ugochukwu. This is a strong defensive midfield of the like, it seems, of Nemanja Matic, which we've not had for a good 5 years. But people want him to leave. And I don't see any reason for that, regardless of having Lavia, who will need time to settle in, and of course Caicedo and Enzo. I think he should complement those three. That aside, I digress. Cucurella, it's a problem. We're assuming and trusting Chilwell. I don't trust Ben Chilwell and his ability to be fit for a season. And let me tell you, now we've foolishly got rid of Lewis Hall, and this has come up. We're kind of up the creek without a paddle, because I'm not sure we're going to see Brent Chilwell after. We'll be lucky if we see him after September, October, November. That's his maximum. Then he goes off till about March. This is what he's done since he's come to Chelsea. So I'm very uncomfortable.
I'm not even in the. I'm not even in the mindset as well. You're right. Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry.
We're courting a problem. Assuming things and not learning from the past. It's like this issue of a right back to complement Malagusto. I don't trust Reece James either. This thing I said yesterday and today. People show you who they are, so accept it. Reece is injury prone. We need another player there in case something happens to Gusto, injury, suspension, anything. And we're just acting like, okay, what we see is what we've got. No, in football, you take care of the next step of eventually. Listening to one of Jose Mourinho's interviews when he spoke about how he manages a game. He says he never enjoys the game on game day. He probably gets more out of it when he watches it after the day. Reason because on that day, he's thinking all the time. He's thinking of the next phase of play. He's thinking of if they get a red card or whatever, who will come on, who takes the set pieces at certain situations. You're constantly thinking ahead. This is how to plan for a squad, thinking ahead. And based on that, I'm not sure about this Cucurella move. I think it's a naive move. I think it's a presumptuous move. You're trusting that an injury-prone player is going to give you his service for a season when you've got no evidence of it ever happening before. I think it's rather stupid, to be honest.
Facts, Bobby.
The next thing you... Yeah, thanks,
the possibility
guys. The next
of
thing
Sancho.
We wanted to talk about... Jadon Sancho, this is yet again another of the same, isn't it? This guy has not proved himself. He's shown himself to be wanting. Why on earth are we going there? Why are we this is panic buying. This is deadwood accumulation. Why are we courting weakness from a position of strength? Cherki looks unlikely because of Barcola. If Barcola goes to PSG, Lyon are tough to do business with. They're not going to let Cherki go unless you pay a king's ransom, which is stupid. I think we have to keep looking. People are talking of Jonathan David. At least he's got some physicality about him and tends to be able to score. So I would rather go along those lines, although that wouldn't be my preference at all, than go along the lines of Jadon Sancho or start deceiving ourselves thinking we're going to get Turkey. It's not going to happen at this stage in the transfer window. Is there somebody else, Goncalves or is it Serki? I've
But
forgotten his
mentioning
name.
other names being mentioned, some of them I don't know that much.
I don't know them that much either, but are they really the deal? I don't know. We're looking for a sort of Odegaard type player, aren't we? Somebody that will be midfield offensive and can sometimes drift to the flanks, and is an excellent goal scorer and set piece taker. Well, where are these players? I don't know of them. I really haven't seen them around there. I would be highly impressed if the scouting and directorship can find somebody at this stage in the window. Is there someone like that in Leipzig or I don't know. I have no idea.
It's even more.
People are.
Here's the thing, Bobby. It's even more difficult now to figure out who we're trying to sign because, as Fabrizio Romano reported, we're trying to keep things on the wraps, given how the Chelsea pursuit of Olise unfolded. So they're too cautious now. Yeah, it's difficult to say, but we'll find out. But go ahead with what you were saying.
Well, yeah, I guess we've always sort of done that, haven't we? It's just sometimes leaks come in, and maybe we're doing that more so, and it's more difficult to leak because nobody can actually think of anybody out there. Whatever it is, it's going to have to probably be a big unknown. I would rather we trust in our young players than go and waste money on somebody that's going to be a problem going forward. Your Sanchos of this world. I don't have any faith in that player. He's struggling at Man United. Why the hell do we think he's going to come and start ripping up trees at Chelsea? It doesn't even make sense. He doesn't show the potential. At least when Arsenal got Odegaard, you could see that what was the only thing holding him up was that Real Madrid just have they had a plethora of talent. And he was just way down the pecking order. Not that his performances were found wanting. So I don't go with Sanchez at all. I think Cherki / Barcola is unrealistic. And then the question is who next, since we've missed out on Kudus, which to this day, I still don't understand. There must be something about that player that people felt wasn't really worth chasing. Probably they were wrong. Arsenal,
I think I know what happened.
Man United also, I think it's money stroke the fact that they need to offload players, which is going to be interesting given that there's only 4 days left for the transfer window. That's going to be a good watch. And Chelsea, I'm baffled as to why they didn't move for him. It was
Olise. I think it was because of the Olise deal. We had a decision to make earlier in the window, and I think we spoke to him when Austin reported about the personal terms getting, to be agreed and all of that. And after that, I think the club just decided to go for Michael Olise, and that was just it. And even after,
but we can't change direction.
We could have, but Olise just broke down last week, so maybe they felt like that was a bit late to go in, or maybe they weren't so sure. And bearing in mind, Kanye was playing at the time as well, so maybe things were a bit different. And we didn't get Lavia, which was extra spending as well. So there's so many other factors. I don't think we have the financial means unless we get this Lukaku deal sorted or get some money off for somewhere, because I think we've spent a lot on the Caicedo and Lavia deals already. So maybe they felt they didn't have the power to negotiate a 40 million, 45 million deal, for Kudus.
Yeah, we're looking for somebody now that's going to cost that amount.
Yeah. So go ahead, Bobby. I'll let you drop before I give those in the chat the microphone, and we'll move on to the next item.
Yeah, I mean, I hear what is being said, but I don't think there was the appetite. Chelsea have shown time and time again. If Chelsea have the appetite for a player, they will get that player, or at least they will bid handsomely for that player. I don't think, the issue with Chelsea is never money at this point in time. I don't know why people don't understand. It's just with acting within the boundaries of FFP, and there is leverage there. You can still spend as long as you offset somewhere within that spending window period. So I don't think it was money that kept us away from Kudus. To be brutally
No, it
honest,
was never money. I
it's
think,
not
like Martin
money.
said, Olisa was just
There's
was an option, and we were prioritizing Olisa
Yeah.
over
Olise
Kudus at the time.
over Kudus, yes, but when
Yeah,
Olise
but now
collapsed, and
Olisa's deal just fell through just about a week ago, so there isn't
Exactly.
much time. Other clubs came into the picture before us. We were
okay,
still holding up. You could say holding on to holding on to Olisa as a top option. But go ahead with what you were saying, Bobby.
okay, I mean, it is what it is, really. I see that, that could be a reason, but they need to act fast. What is the substitute? What is the alternative? As I've said, football is not about the here and now. It's about the plan A, B, and C.
Mhm.
You need to be proactive. You need to create your options. You can't be narrowed down and cornered to one thing. And this is why I don't support the Cucurella deal, and simply because we've got rid of the one player that would have been the person I would have loved to still be around, and said, okay, get rid of Cucurella. I don't think it's
Yeah,
right.
it doesn't make sense in my opinion. But
And we haven't seen
let's
Ian
see what they do.
Martin
Yeah,
in
in
the
that
left
position,
back
right?
position. No.
Mhm. So maybe that
So
means Martin gets more time. Let's see what happens. Let's get on to the next item we have lined up here. This says we must stop. This is DJ arguing that they're all the same. None of them is perfect. They do get things wrong every now and then. Why are we looking into signing Jeden? I'm not too sure that there's any truth to that. Bingo. Bobby took that 2 seconds to mention the magic phrase Gallagher. He loves him so much, and it's been correct that what the manager was going to do with him. Who in the chat has 30 seconds? A signed shirt is on the verge. That reminds me, we must do the stay in school giveaway before this window, before this month ends. I think there's still time. We'll do it tomorrow, but I forgot to add it to the promotion tweet. Big up to you too, Maritime. Nice to see you. Smith Rowe was a youth player at Chelsea. Okay, I think this I was correct. I agree. Goonie, not gonna panic. Poch said he will adapt to the squad. Okay, let's see what he does. Barcola looks very raw for me. Yeah, at this age, it's not shocking. Can we please stop playing Chilwell as a forward? It's not and hasn't worked. I think I agree with you on that one. Smash the like button, people, and thank you all for 110 likes. We can do even more, but I think we'll be rounding off soon. But we'll try the best we can to get what the other items we have lined up. Please like and subscribe to the channel. We're getting closer and closer to 17,000 subscribers. We're now at 16,808, 100 plus to get it to 17,000 subscribers. I know we'll get there. I don't want David. Let's see. Yeah, let's play Bobby catchphrase bingo. Jonathan David is not for me, not anymore. He was brilliant, and DJ have always preached for the club to sign him. I'd rather sign is that Gory than David. Okay. Daniel Koroma, why he is a right feet of Chelsea, because he can play left wing, a central attacking midfield, right wing, and center forward. We were close to getting that one over the line. I'm not too sure what happened.
He's gone
Turkey
to another
Weeks.
club.
Okay, he's moved to another club. Okay.
Yeah.
Gonzalo Sanchez, Smith Rowe, Rafinha, Ferran Torres, Danny Olmo. Some names we are scouting. Okay, let's see what happens. Smith Rowe joined Arsenal when 10 years old. Okay, I'm not too sure. Also, Poch hinted he wants a Premier League proven. So that limits the profile. Maybe that can help us narrow it down, but we don't have too much time. Why he is gone to new club, I thought. Yeah, and Martin confirms that. I see any links with Smith Rowe. Is he any good? I think he's good. I think he's good. He's a fine player in my opinion. He's decent, but he can do better. Hazard is our best option right now because he won't cost us. Who told you it won't cost you? We know what he can do, and he has experience. His salary will be something astronomical. Why he is with Montpellier? Okay, he joined Montpellier. TV, okay, listen, what background? I don't know. We can see what Hazard can do 5 years ago. Right now, I don't think we are. Sold it to Lens. Is it to Lens? But the most important is not available anymore. The fact Sancho isn't working at United doesn't mean he's not going to work at Chelsea. That's the truth. Sancho is a long ball counter-attacking. Isn't a long ball counter-attacking player. You're saying that's the reason why he's falling at United. Plus, I think he grew up supporting Chelsea and a London kid. Maybe he works at Chelsea. If we're gonna get him for cheap, or maybe ask them to keep Cucurella and we take him if we're keen on, but his salary is still an issue. Go for who again? Sancho. Go for who? Let me see that. Sinitera or Goncalves. Let's see what the club does. Sancho to CFC will be like Havertz to Arsenal. I think maybe. Let's see what else we have here. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. Calvin Phillips was good at least. How he is a City. Football isn't. You can say it isn't that straightforward. Chelsea are eyeing a trio of forward targets ahead of deadline day. That include Ferran Torres and Rafinha at Barcelona, and Arsenal's Emile Smith Rowe, Simon Jones Daily Bell. Okay, thank you. Big up Coachila, big up to YouTube, True Blue, Clay, the panel, and everyone. I appreciate you. Nice to see you. I'm going to scroll to the very bottom so that we can switch to the next item we have lined up here. Unfortunately, I can't get everything. This says that Chelsea are discussing internally on the best player to go for, someone creative who can play multiple positions. There's no advance or concrete negotiations of Ryan Cherky, according to Fabrizio Romano. Thank you for that update, Coachila. Please allow me to take you out from the comforts of VAR room. Can you please guide me at which position we need a new player and why? Number 10, more importantly, we don't have a traditional 10 right now. Nkunku isn't a traditional 10. Maybe the only person, which I don't, again, I think the manager has played him there on occasions. He did well. Maybe Carney Chukwuemeka, but we don't have anybody that you can come out and say is a traditional 10. Although we have players, you can say they have the quality to be able to fulfill that role, but we need a traditional 10. We don't have any right now. Nkunku himself, again, I've always argued that he's capable of fulfilling the 10 role and also playing on either side of the flags. To say it openly, he sees himself as a number 9. And that's a problem, in my opinion. Let's see. Go check out Ty Talks YouTube channel. Be sure to subscribe. Let's help him stay at again, make 1,000+. Add a cushion to that number. I know there's no links, but we should go all out for Foden. Good luck. Good luck. I'm not going to even waste my energy on that one. I cannot tell you when they will move. Could be tonight or tomorrow or Wednesday. Fabrizio Romano. Yep, the owners, they're trying to keep everything on the wraps. Badia Shile, Levi Cowell are all fullback alternatives. Not really, in my opinion. That's Adam, but good comment there. Sanchez is not an attacking midfielder. Did anybody say he is? Which Sanchez are you mentioning actually? I
think he meant Sancho.
Oh, Jordan Sancho. Okay, Sancho on the porch will be electric, maybe, but his salary will be an issue. A lot of people Mesole, we should look at good players from mid-table teams, not overpriced from top teams. Mid-table players come with hunger. Here's the thing. I wouldn't even say not overpriced, because the moment the buyer is Chelsea, they ask for premium. It's as simple as that. That's how I see it. Yeah. A lot of people. Enzo playing in that front central role. Would you take? Yeah, it's manageable, but I think Enzo, there's more to his game. see what he does with the ball whenever he gets the ball in a deeper position. Enzo needs to see everything to be more effective. The closer he gets to the final third, the less he sees, and the more, again, he won't be doing much in terms of helping us control the game. I don't think if the manager plays him at the 10, I think he still fulfilled that role effectively, but something in his game will change. Then we will be looking for another player that will help us be able to, you could say, another player that will help us, that will dictate the pace of the game, help us control the game, help us switch the ball from one place or the other. That's why I argue, to me, he's a deep line midfielder than he is, you could say, a 10. If anything, I'd say an 8, no problem, which means, he'd still have the independence to come deep, to collect the ball and do something nice with it. I get it. But let's see what the manager does with him. It's not a bad call. Not a bad call at all. That may well be the reason why we'll end up not pushing too much for an 8. Dreaming to see a midfield trio of Lavia, Ugochukwu, Caicedo, and Enzo. That's okay. Oh, Lavia or Ugochukwu. Yeah, that's a good shout there. Mid-table teams, overpriced players, especially if Chelsea comes calling. Sancho may be playing under a wrong manager in the wrong system at United. Give Sancho to Poch, and he will make him a generational talent, believe me. But for how much? That's the question I'm asking. We have Caicedo, Gallagher, and Lavia to be the central engine. If you're using, you have to be specific. If you're using, those guys are good options. But we're talking about specifically the 10 position. I don't think we have any natural 10 right now. But Poch can make it work with any of the players we have. He's that good. I don't understand why the board is scouting having so much trouble identifying creative players for the attacking midfield position. Maybe that's the case. I don't know. Let's also not forget Leslie Ugochukwu. Does he look like a 10 to you? Maybe he is. I don't know. The manager have seen him up close than all of us have. Let's see the next item we have lined up here. We have to get as much as we can before somebody knocks on the door. The agreement between Roma and Chelsea is now closed, with Lukaku expected to take a loan fee. A loan fee of 8 to 9 million. Gosh, what's going on here? Okay, to take a loan fee of 8 to 9 million for Romelu Lukaku. Roma is also working on Lukaku's wages. I think that's what the holdup is right now. Working on Lukaku's wages, which Chelsea will not contribute to. So he will have to take a pay cut, about 7 million in a total. Was this guy I was looking at? We've looked at this guy, and this is nothing too special to talk about. Pochettino, the rain will stop Pochettino from grilling. His barbecue, he loves that so much. And not a bad thing. And it says AS Roma want Lukaku's deal to be done by today, this Monday in particular. Negotiations took place also on Sunday night with Chelsea in player side. After 5 million loan fee proposal, Roma are really pushing it to get it sealed. No mandatory buy clause included in the deal. No option either, which means Lukaku is getting closer and closer to leaving Chelsea as a free agent. It is true. Okay, here's that aspect I want us to talk about. It is true. There's interest in a player like Barcola also, because at the moment the deal with PSG is getting complicated and it's not easy between the clubs. So we still have a chance. But what makes it difficult is that the player himself wants to join PSG. But he didn't say he wouldn't consider joining Chelsea. The player wants to go to PSG, but PSG and Lyon have no agreement on the fee and on the structure of the deal. So this is why it's getting difficult for PSG. So we still have a chance. That's how I see that one there. And nothing new there. So anybody else want to talk? Bobby, let's start. You joined late. You want to talk about Lukaku? Anything you want to talk about there? You have the floor. We can round off with that particular topic.
Well, Romelu Lukaku is the perfect example of bad planning and not understanding anything about a player you've purchased, and this put in so much blind faith in a player that not only has been at your club before, but has failed at your club, and not having the scouts. That has to be the worst purchase in footballing history. He now is playing the game. He knows he has Chelsea Football Club by the short and curlies with his wages, and he's playing his time. I don't know. I think this is he's coming up to his third year. Please let it be his third year, because
Yeah.
if it's just his second year, then we're in even more trouble. I think it's his third year. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
That's
if he
it.
goes on loan and he comes back, he'll have 2 more years of contract. So he's closer to the possibility of a buyout. He is also closer to the possibility of him retiring, and looking at, he has played a financial blinder. We have to just get rid. Whatever Roma is offering, we're just accepting. I know it's the bare minimum. Anything lower than that, we may as well keep him rotting in the reserves. And he knows that. That's why he's accepting Roma. Oh gosh, he is really playing Chelsea. He just like he's played everybody else, but Chelsea even more so, because we own him. He took it to the wire. He's seen that, right, if it's anything less than this, the club will just may as well leave me to rot in the reserves. So I may as well go to Roma, which is a good option. It's a blinder from a ghastly player. I mean, that is a player I can't, as I said yesterday, I can't even start to understand why anybody would want to renegotiate him being at Chelsea. When your abuser shows you who they are never going to love you, no matter how much you want them to. No matter how much you think you're close to them, they have that mindset that to them you are just a dog, as it were. And so to Romelu Lukaku, Chelsea means nothing. He just doesn't give a backside of a rat. And I don't even want to see him at Stamford Bridge. I mean, we would welcome Winston Bohardy, for those that are old enough to remember, more than this guy. I mean, this guy is just he's something else in
Nothing
terms
for you.
of, yeah, he has insulted and abused us at Chelsea. Now, from his point of view, smart business, but
Oh yeah, in so many ways.
yeah, I mean, from his point of view, but from a ethical point of view, and from the point of view of his football relationships, he has none. He has none with Chelsea and the fan base, has none with Inter and the fan base, certainly has none with Juve. Let's see how it pans out with Roma. I hope he goes there and does well. I really do, so we can have a chance of selling him. But the sad thing is, Roma has no money. But we'll wait and see what happens next season. We just have to kick this can down the road to save us some wages.
Yeah, just quickly, I know I wasn't arguing that Enzo should be a defensive midfielder, and I don't think anybody's suggesting that. I think we all know that's not his thing. A deep line playmaker, to me, in my opinion, my definition differs from him being a DM. He's more effective for the team if he starts on a deeper from a different position, because he can see much. His vision is excellent. He can be more effective if he starts. And that's just what I'm trying to explain. I'm not saying he's a DM by any means. Even when people were thinking that when we nearly signed, when he joined us, people were saying that's the case. I said, no, that's not it. He's a deep line playmaker, not a defensive player at all. We need to forget about, I think I've read that one. Nice to see you. Big up to you too. And the beautiful game, coach. Is that photo of Poch trying to bribe Lukaku to leave using burgers and sausages? He is a genius. Wow, that's an insult to him. I don't even that Barcelona guy. Look how Paul Leon in this. Okay, that's a bit jumbled up there. I couldn't make sense of what you're trying to say there. Put Rashford in a possession-based team. He will struggle substantially. United suits him. That's just the truth. Yep, he beats Anelka by far. Let's see what else we have here. Managers don't make generational players. They are born, and it depends on who you ask. Ask me who qualifies it to be. You can say to be called a generational player. That person for me has to dominate a certain generation. Then yeah. Then be one of the best, and it's a certain length of time, then I'll say, yeah, he's a generational talent. Not just because of your talent alone, you're a generational talent. No, in my opinion. Lukaku has agreed to take a pay cut, so I don't see any problem on his deal going through. Lukaku is a disaster. His idol was Anelka. He's not anything close to Anelka, and he went to Anelka's went the Anelka route, making all the Anelka errors of burning bridges. Maybe he still come good as Anelka. And I see this brother here, Mapogba. Nice to see you, Mapogba 30, my Californian bro. I appreciate you for the donation. Thank you so much, Coach. Give me Sterling. You're not getting him. I'm sure you're a Chelsea fan. That's just you saying, showing how happy you are, given how well he's been. You can say start to 2023-2024 season has been nothing short of excellent. He's done well, and long may that continue. I appreciate you. I hope Brighton or Luton beat for him because I need him to leave Chelsea. Who exactly you, Lukaku? Are you paying attention? As much as I don't like what Lukaku did, none of us has any moral high grounds to judge anyone. Nobody talked about his character. Every panelist I've spoken today, again, I have all talked about again his relationship with Chelsea and how he's handled it. Rome wasn't built in a day, but it be ruined in one season. I agree. But my follow-up once more, and thank you for the donation. There, sincerely do appreciate that. Good everyone. A good day to you too. I appreciate you joining. Let's see, Coach. I am about to start my treatment, so I am now listening in the chat. Okay, I appreciate you, brother. Much love to you finding the time to join. I was going to go to IBZ. Okay, IBZ is still there, but let's start with Martin, then I'll go to IBZ. Let IBZ round up for us. He's an OG here. Martin, anything else to say? You can talk about anything. Just we're about to round up here. I have to take my boy to school as soon as
Okay.
possible.
All right. I think the wild card in all of this, negotiations and everything going on is Ian Matson. And I don't think we've heard of a clear description of his role and the positions he'll be playing at for the rest of the season. If he's still going to be staying, based on the contract negotiations and making sure he doesn't run it down and all of that. And I think that would solve a lot of problems for us. We've seen him play the number 10 during preseason, and he has executed that well. You know, we know he can also play the Chilwell role on the left wing and do a job there. So it's a bit of an enigma. And if he can come good, which I'm looking forward to watching him on Wednesday, in the cup game. Now, if he goes there and he tears it up, that just rules out any other signing because it makes sense to play him there. It makes sense to keep him there and him playing that role for the season. But if he doesn't, he'll play at left back as well or left wing as well. So I think there's a whole lot of discussion of new players fitting in attacking positions. But if Poch decides to keep Martin to play in attacking positions, then would like to see where he fits and see how good he fits, whichever position we choose to play him at. And I feel like we forget about this a lot because people don't usually speak about Chelsea and speak about, the positions of the pitch and the players we have in those positions. And if you put the players in their positions, you see that Matson is an extra, for the attacking line. And he's favored on the left, and we've seen him play the 10 and link up good with Jackson. So that is an option. So I think we need to remember Martin, all of this discussion, and hope we don't panic by someone who would flop.
Yeah, but eventually, like IBC argued before, we will eventually panic buy, but that's from the perspective of how much we end up paying for the player. But I don't think these owners will just sign a player for the sake of it, and then a player in the near future will become surplus to requirement. I don't think they would do that. But IBZ, your thoughts? Anything else? What do you want? You can take it anyway. Anything else you want to talk about? You go ahead. You have the floor, bro. Did we lose IBZ, or does he have audio issue?
Oh, I think.
It's looking like maybe he's not close to his desk because he usually joins us from work. Yeah, you can move clubs and still show respect. Yep. More importantly, the fact you're leaving a certain club, even if the fans are the reason why you're leaving, you should just be respectful. Because
Yeah.
look at how Juventus fans started, you could say, demonstrating that they don't want him. And that's because probably Inter feels betrayed, and the Juventus fans see his see what he did at Inter as a betrayal to the club, and fear he could do such to them. But go ahead, Martin, if you wanted to say something.
Yeah, like certain things are not comparable, Aubameyang got surplus to requirements and to the project, and we just didn't play him. We didn't slander him. We didn't attack him or treat him any way other than just not or other than playing other players ahead of him. And
Mm,
like I'm just responding to Bobby's comment in the chat. This is another thing that confuses me because the season was started with Matson and Cucurella both staying. So if that's the thinking, then why is it changing now? And if indeed Martin is seen and he's been substituted to play in attacking positions, then wouldn't that indicate that we expect him to play good and come good in those positions
mhm.
during the season? So if that's the case, and which may have inferred or made us make the decision of Olise on the left, wouldn't that mean the right, we feel the right is covered in that regard of playing Chilwell now as Poch's, first choice in that left wing, and then maybe Mudryk off the bench and Martin being a third, which we've seen him play in the central role. So if we think he can play in the central role, then do we really need someone? And there's also the option of Enzo fitting in that position or playing a Gallagher in that position. And this is what complicates the whole situation because if Lavia comes back and he's starting with Caicedo as the double pivot, just the way we are seeing Gallagher and Caicedo right now, does that mean Enzo shifted to that position? And he seems to enjoy the freedom he has to play as the 10, as much as we might not like it because we think he's better with it in a deep line playmaking role. So it's not as straightforward as it is. And even if a signing comes in, would that signing start over Enzo in the 10 as well? Would that signing start over Martin in the 10? Then do we need Martin? Then what's the plan for Martin if Cucurella also stays? So there are lots of things that, need to be answered. And I think Ian is in the middle of all of it and he's just under the radar. No one seems to be saying anything about his role entirely. We're happy to keep him. He's impressive, but for what position? And if that position is being filled by him, do we need a new player? So there are questions, that need to be answered, and yeah, hopefully we get more clarification on that. But the team is flexible, and lots of players can also play on the 10. Gallagher, believe me, with his current form, will be perfect in the 10 because I trust him to crash the box enough to get a lot of goals for us this season.
But you need
So
more. I need the him to
the
be able to create,
creativity,
all
yeah,
those things. But let's see. If the manager plays him there, which means he sees him fit enough to fulfill that role. Enzo also could play
yeah.
there. But go ahead with what you were saying.
I was like, that's exactly why it's not as easy as most people think. We trusted Kane. We could have played Enzo and Gallagher over Kane, and no one would even bat an eye about it. So there are little tweaks we could make to the whole thing, and we are playing in this weird formation where we advance as a team, and the fullbacks get on the flanks more than actual attackers. So we have inverted forwards and midfielders playing, shuffling, back and forth. So it's complicated, but we have lots of players that can execute the role, up until Anokunko and Nekane comes back. So would that mean spending a 30 million or 40 million on another attacking midfielder when you have players that can play in those roles? So it's complicated. It's not as simple as most people look at it because we have players on the bench that can fit into multiple, roles in that way. And it's just based on what Poch wants to do. It's just based on what Poch wants to do. But and then we need clarification on Madison as well.
All right, let's see. We look at what we have in the chat. IBC doesn't look like it's there. Did anyone care how about Chelsea handled Aubameyang? We cannot always pick and choose. What did Chelsea do to him? Really, it didn't work, and Chelsea wanted him to join an MLS side, even willing to pay his full salary. I don't think so. It didn't just work, and it didn't. Thomas Tuchel, the way he handled his start to life at Chelsea didn't help. When we signed him, I don't think he was ready to play, and a bad start didn't help. And on that, I don't see anything wrong there. And he behaved himself better, in my opinion. But you're entitled to your opinion. According to Vince on X, Pochettino and the coaching team are very impressed with Matson, so are happy to let Cucurella go out on loan. So yeah, I think Matson, you could say the availability of Matson may well be the reason why we're not too again concerned about letting Cucurella leave alone. Matson we're not talking about the 10, we're talking about the wing we're talking about the wing back role and also the left fullback role. People who are always angry when betrayed are the ones who are. We're not here to talk about people's behavior. We're here to talk about Chelsea. Honestly, I don't agree with sending Cucurella on loan this season because Chilwell is very injury prone, and we've seen how badly that affected us last season. I think I agree, but let's see. Maybe the club have again for reasons we don't know. Muchas gracias to my friend Scania. I hope you're doing well. I appreciate you joining. Poch will stick Enzo to that position for the coming months. I think the lack of availability of a natural 10 will lead to us playing with a different structure. We'll probably avoid playing with a structure that will require us to play a 10, but this may well happen. This may well happen. Yeah, not count Wembley Dome. I think this is another surprise waiting for fans after the 3 weeks of fans took to understand our shape. Some people don't even understand that it's not about starting with about the starting structure, which is a 3 at the back and playing Chilwell. Whether it's not, we're not playing again. I get it. We have 5 defenders on the pitch technically, but you have to pay attention to the application to understand that. Coachila, you can note above comment. I do, bro. That's how we operate here. Sometimes we get it right, sometimes we get it wrong. I remember I had debate when I told you Kovacic will most likely leave. So it happens, and this makes sense. Your argument here makes perfect sense, but I'm arguing otherwise, saying the manager will most likely stick with the structure that will not require us to play a 10 to avoid that. But I get it. I've seen it. If it happens, I'll give you your heart. I think Poch rates Matson as a squad cover, but not the attacking solution he is asking for. Maybe. It's not lack of player availability, coach. Enzo is a magician we need in that position. Taylor made for it. I wouldn't say Taylor made for it. The fact is, I know the manager himself knows that Enzo will be more effective operating from a different position, but with a deep but there, that is the independence to be more adventurous on the pitch. That's all Enzo needs. The independence to venture forward whenever he needs. Playing deep doesn't mean he's operating as a DM. Go ahead, Martin, if you have anything else to say. It doesn't look like IBZ is back.
Yeah, what I was going to say is what you're saying is right, but if the coach is saying that a back three and the creativity and the assurance on the ball of Thiago Silva and Leverkusen and the ability to also add a little bit of, touch from Caicedo and Lavia, or even, let's just say Caicedo and Lavia, would elevate, the playmaking requirements that would normally be needing Enzo to fulfill from the deeper roles, would push him forward. And we know his decision making is clean. His key passes in the final third, he's the highest so far. He's so, he's decisive when he gets to that position, and we know how his passing is. So he might be able to affect the team like a Kevin De Bruyne from being really closer to the box. And we haven't seen him playing in that position yet. But we know
he's been you can say he's had the independence in the last 3 games to get as close as he wants to the final third, and yet not from a 10th position. That's what I'm saying. I think. But go ahead. What you were saying.
Yeah, like he hovers around because he's trying to find his fit and he's trying to affect the game as much as he possibly can, which is still good because I think the strategy is hold the ball as much as we can, keep it rotate, keep it recycling, and then move as a unit where the fullbacks pushing and then we have numbers in and around the box. So
Mm-hmm.
if that's the plan, having this weird back three, back four system, and then using the fullbacks to load the box, then it kind of works. It kind of works because we've elevated the playmaking and the defensive side of things from Enzo, and we've just left him to play in that free role. This is an actual free role. It's not an 8 or a 10. It's just a free role. So he fits in as and Jackson also drops deep to do the quick link ups. So it kind of in my work, I'm not saying it's perfect, but in my work, and if indeed, we have runners in and around the box, I think Enzo will get lots of assists as well. So
Yeah, he will. Even if he starts operating from a deeper position, he will get lots and lots of assists. But JC's argument makes perfect sense given Enzo's abilities. But I hope he understands mine too. This is where we differ, and I am coming on Enzo to show his magic. He can even if you play Enzo in the center back position, he still show his
it's
magic.
exactly.
It's about his vision. But I love you, brother, and you know that. We're not here to talk about people's behavior, but talk about Lukaku's betrayal. That's no. Everybody that talks about Lukaku talked about his relationship with the club, how everything's sorted and all that, how he's handled it. Let's not do this, please. And that's why very soon, I think, very soon we'll stop that. Nobody's picking and choosing here, honestly. Poch has said he wants goals from forwards. I think that will need to be in the toolbox of the possible new signing. Yep, I agree with you. I just worry that every recent manager we have had has been playing players out of position. Injuries can force the hand. Can force the hand, but it's not like we don't have backups. Yeah, and I don't use the term backups. But I'm not going to explain that here. Good morning to you, Till and Fuel. Can we get the Turkey and Barcola? I don't think we'll be able to get them both. Only one. I don't think the Ukraine machine will help us this season. Let's see what happens. I don't get the gentleman what he's saying. Can you please check his mic? Do you want Enzo push deeper? No, I think he agrees with both of us. He's
Exactly. I'm
reasoning
saying
with
there are
both of us.
multiple ways. It
Yeah.
depends on what the coach wants. I'm agreeing
Yeah,
with all of
exactly.
you. There are multiple ways you could play it out, and whichever way, we know the player has the quality to execute it, and
Yeah.
we're looking forward to that. I don't understand what you're going about, JC.
He sees your point and he sees my points, but he concludes
Exactly.
by saying everything comes down to what the manager wants.
Hmm.
It's neat, a weird system, bro. It's brilliant. Yep. Let's see when Enzo gets injured, who plays the role. I think you could say, yeah, Enzo's role isn't. You could say it isn't defined right now.
We'll need to
It's
adjust
everywhere
the
right now, in my
system.
opinion. But he's a playmaker, in his own right. Coach, let's put this discussion in letter basket for next season. I will come online to cook this gentleman.
Exactly. Why is it so extended,
Yeah,
really?
exactly. Okay, let's leave it to that. What's his argument? Are very much contradictory. Here's the thing.
And that's the
More
point.
importantly, we're having fun.
Exactly. It's contradictory because we are not certain what the coach is looking at. And that's the point because we haven't had the full squad in the way we would like to think of, the coach having everyone available.
Yeah. And a lot of people is asking, do we have any penalty man yet? I don't know. Let the manager figure it out. If James was available, I think he's excellent at penalties. But now it's not clear. I think maybe the manager we don't have any yet. And trust me, the project will be ready by the time we play our next Premier League game. I have a bit of an issue to sort out. But I would have finished this that day had I gotten a response from you quickly. A lot of people, my bro, but much love to you. Conor Gallagher can play a 10 without Enzo. I think he can, but for me, in my my preference, I need my 10 to be able to do more.
Creative.
And I think he probably struggles because there won't be so much space for him, especially if we play against oppositions that defend deep. Jackson should take penalties. Do you know how good whether he's good at it? We don't know. Coach, do you think we can manage with the players we have until yeah, we can, in my opinion. We've played 2 games with that team right now. Lukaku is a mute. Is that Tiok or I don't know what that is. The club is never going to play him. It's just about getting the most out of him for out of his transfer wise, loan wise, and yeah, whatever you said there, and the covering wise. Yep. With that, I think we've come to the natural end of the show. IBZ isn't available to speak, and Martin, I cannot thank you enough. I appreciate you finding the time to join. Yeah. I'm going to say thank you to Chelsea Michi Boy. Please go check out Michi Boy's YouTube channel. Be sure to subscribe. Let's help him get to 1,000 subscribers as soon as possible. And check the description section. You will see titles, links to his YouTube channel. Let's help him get to 1,000. And we have the Blue Clay, much love. And Claves, Maxwell Claves, much love. And JC, much love to you. I appreciate all the perspective you bring. It makes us think intellectually. A lot of people may say much love to you. Lenfield, much love, brother. I appreciate you. Mark H, all of you. If I miss your name, apologies. I'm only human. And the beautiful game who was here today. If I miss your name, apologies. See you guys next time. God bless us all. And bye. Big up to all of you.